We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of Hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of Hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of Hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable. If you have a topic you'd like us to talk about or a question for the cast, please post it in the chat room or on our Facebook page. Simply look for The Show with Clayton McKee on Facebook. We'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. We're just getting prepared, mixing cocktails and settling in for 3 hours of chat and some non-PC fun. From wherever you're listening or watching our show, let us know where in the world you are by posting in the chat room or hit us up on Facebook. Just look up The Show with Clayton McKee. At the beginning of hour 2 is when Al gives us our drinking word for the night. Grab a beverage and drink along with the cast as they get rolling. You found Q Talk America. Tonight's live broadcast will start at the top of the hour. We would tell you that this ain't your mom's radio station, but Clayton's mom listens every week. You found Q Talk America, home of The Show with Clayton McKee, Marnie Ryer, Kat Carlson, and Al Perkins. We will be starting tonight's broadcast at the top of the hour. By the way, we're a 3-hour show, so grab a beverage and get comfortable.
Wherever you go. To the news, you can swing with the blues on this wonderful, wonderful station. Just take a lively companion wherever you go. Take a portable radio. Take a portable radio.
It's already gone to hell.
Now, here comes the music.
And I'll tell you why here in just a second. Oh my God. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's the show completely on time at 25 minutes after the hour. We are totally on Marnie time, drag time.
Great job, everybody.
Congratulations.
Well,
We're all counting on you.
I'm early.
You were the first one here.
I know.
I mean, aside from me, but that didn't really count. Oh my gosh. No, what I realized as soon as I fired up the shots of us, which you can see. See how it's different?
I'm very short.
Did
the cameras move?
The software updated today for the cameras, and apparently it reset some shots. So while we're on, I'm
I feel like you're falling.
going to be
We're
resetting.
really far away right now.
I'm going to be resetting camera shots here in a second while we're talking. Oh my gosh! Hi
Hey, that's
everybody,
me.
welcome. There's so many things wrong. We have a chat room that Microsoft is updating on one, so we can't even see it. We have this one over here.
Look how little you look, too. You're so small.
I know, I feel tiny. Al and Marnie are out up there in bright as hell.
you can go
I don't know what the
ahead.
hell's wrong.
Petite.
I'm gonna.
me.
Yeah,
What's the
well,
lighting for this show?
well, nobody paid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be redoing these camera shots.
I mean,
Your night, I'm getting a gel on one of these fucking lights.
Yeah, you keep praying for that, my friend. But
I feel like I can just unscrew that and throw in something in a pink party light.
so I have to just make sure that this shot doesn't have Al's head in it, which is there. Okay, so we've moved up. So we've got that one's a little bit better. Now I'll move on, Marty. Oh my gosh!
And a 4-year-old boy named Kat Carlson joined us.
here I am. Hello.
Oh my god. That just looks.
I know, I'm so small.
So we're
Are
gonna
we shooting her from
so adjust this down.
From
There's
space.
Oh, I
so
like
that's
that.
that's a little better.
I like it a lot better.
You do? All right.
Wow.
Yep.
Are you gonna ever talk into that mic? Or are you just gonna?
Maybe.
Yeah, there has a whole new. We're radio, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
There
Someday
it is.
we're gonna be able to afford the mics.
I'm just busy.
Okay. Well,
No, but I was busy.
we're on the air now.
Oh,
You
fine.
have to participate.
I was fine.
That's how this works.
We would like you to
That's not how
participate.
any of
That's how
this
all this works. Actually.
Fine, my
Yeah.
bad. I forgot I didn't even have headphones. I
So,
I totally
well,
forgot.
Do you know where you are, Marnie?
Yeah.
Nope.
Can you
No.
follow my finger with your eyes?
Do you smell toast?
Hey,
Hey.
I showed up.
Just checking, just
I
checking. That's
followed
my
that.
well, we fly
that's my
around
personal
this.
mental acuity test.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Acuity, my God.
Big word. I know.
test.
I've been reading books again.
What are you?
Very
Jesus
exciting.
criminy.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
It's exciting. All the books have been read now.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
So what you
Oh,
been up
what
to
the
this
hell
week?
was that
Oh,
noise?
hi. Are we there already?
Well, we have no. Well,
Are we done with the technical
No.
updates?
No,
I'm gonna
he's
keep
gonna
work-
He'll do that.
I'll work on that. I'll ignore you while I do this, so
All
later
right.
you can ignore him while you set up your
guys.
stories.
Oh, smart. Yeah, we'll
That's-
do that.
My
That'll be
gosh.
good.
Oh, there's Harrison. Hi, Harrison. Yeah.
Hello.
And
Hello.
Nant is
Nant.
there, and Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Di.
Joe's there. So Joe, we'll
the
get through it.
boss?
That's me.
I'm
Remember, apparently it's Judith Light.
Dinah Ross, yeah.
It's Judith Light
Right, there you go. That's right.
or Tony Danza. I'm not
So
sure.
many nominees.
Whoever that was.
It's a really tough category.
Yeah.
It really is. I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yeah. Just to be nominated with this group.
No,
No, I
yeah.
wasn't nominated. My bad.
Damn
I was not
Honor
listed.
just to be nominated.
Well, that's a lie.
So what'd you do this week?
Work.
Oh, yeah.
Did stuff.
What you gotta do the work?
Did the work.
Work.
Yeah, not a whole bunch. Had too many people in my house last week and sick kids at home last week, which is always a joy.
Oh.
It really
Are
just
they feeling better?
yeah, they're I think so. They're dead still tomorrow.
We
don't
sent
care.
them
Wow.
Thoughts and prayers.
The concern is really heavy.
Well, the big one's a lot of fun to begin with. Let's add a sinus infection to that, and sick kids really to me just means I hide in my room with Netflix,
And
Uh-oh.
Lysol.
and Sharon's upset a lot.
Wow.
Like this is the dynamic that comes into my life because I will kill a motherfucker if
Don't
I'm
get me
left in
sick.
charge of like taking care of
Yeah.
it. Well,
Don't
yeah,
get
no,
me
it's not
sick.
even about don't get me sick. Like
It is for me. Don't give
things
me sick.
happen, you get sick, whatever. Like we all live in the
Right,
same
right,
house. If
right,
I'm gonna be
right.
exposed, I'm gonna be exposed. There's
Right.
nothing.
Right.
I mean, there's things you can do, but obviously not a lot. We're breathing the same air. But yeah, it's just a lot of crazy town, and Sharon's mom is in town without Sharon's dad, and so that's a little extra dose of crazy because apparently he's kind of a leveling factor,
Good to learn.
which is
Funny.
Wow.
which we've always known because back in the day before they bought a place here, her mother would come for so many months that I would take her into a room one day and say, "You need to tell your mom to go home or I will."
Oh, I remember. I
Do you
Yeah,
remember this?
I remember
Yeah.
this.
Remember that show? Yeah, yeah.
I remember you saying that before.
So now they have their own house and they don't stay in our house for quite so much time. But her mom's here unattended a bit
That's funny.
to the point that apparently she forgot to charge a phone or forgot to turn on a phone and was AWOL for like 24 hours. So just last night after Sharon got off of work, we got to go ahead and hop our way up to Anthem to make sure she was, alive.
Fair.
Right.
Like you do.
All right,
Charge your-
70-year-old
charge
woman
your
by
phone.
herself, can't reach her. There's no way to get a hold of her.
Charge your phone.
Right. Charge your phone.
Charge your phone.
But to sweeten the deal, it occurred to me that there's a Texas Roadhouse on the way there.
There you go.
And I had just started thinking about cooking dinner, so I was like, so
What do you say? We pull into the old roadhouse.
I know you want me to go with you. What do you say we pick up some dinner for your mom just in case she hasn't eaten and is still alive?
I like it.
As a ploy to get myself a steak dinner for,
Atta girl.
and not have to cook. So it worked out well for everyone. She's very much alive,
Yep. Good.
is just fine.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, had CNN on full blast. Didn't realize that her phone was off at all.
That was going to be my next question. Did we figure out why she wasn't answering? Because earlier I had alluded maybe she was at the swingers club. Because
Sure.
she's out here on her own.
Also might have happened, like she might have heard the garage
CNN.
door go up, like she was suspiciously and perfectly perched on the couch. She might have just heard the garage door and like sent the boyfriend out the front door. It's not my business.
Yeah.
Not my
Not the
problem.
kind of investigative journalism we were after today.
No.
She showed up without.
I was
her
there.
father for
I was there for two things. Number one,
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. It was on the way. And number two, like if something actually had gone wrong, Sharon would have
course.
needed help. You
Well,
know what I
sure.
mean? Like I'm obviously there for
It's
the right
not
reasons
easy to
first.
bury a body. I mean, you
No.
got a lot to do.
But I was not walking in that house first. I was like, you go in
No.
and see where your mom is.
That's
And then
fair.
let me get the bags out of the car.
See what she's wearing.
I shall not be breaking that news to you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not me.
Yeah.
I've told you a lot of bad news during a relationship. This isn't one for me.
Yeah.
No,
Not gonna happen.
gotcha.
I'm here to help. I'm a good problem solver. I'm great in a crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
you go find that crisis first.
Uh huh.
I'll help you manage the crisis, but you got to bring it to me first.
Yep.
Right.
Right?
Based on watching it in movies and television, I think I got like 20 minutes of shoveling in me before I just dropped dead too.
Oh, I don't think you got even 20.
I don't either. Yeah. Seems exhausting.
I am very well aware of the extensive collection of useful tools for rent at Home Depot.
That will dig for
There's
you.
That
also
will dig
you-
for you. All you got to do is pull the right levers and it'll just dig
there's
for
there's
you.
also useful people at Home
I
Depot
do
that will
love
also
a
do
lever,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I love a lever. How
I know.
nicely put.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt.
Machine with a hydraulic
love a
lever to just
lever.
remove dirt.
I mean, I come from a big trucking and farming family, so the idea of renting my own little cat and digging a grave is kind of
Now,
appealing.
actually, it's just
right,
fun,
it sounds
too.
like a lot of fun.
It
I'm
is
like,
just
oh,
fun.
Let's go. I almost rented because I'm having to trim the tree in my front yard right now, and so I almost rented like a man lift, like one of those big crane
The
arms.
cherry picker
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
It's just got like little stabilizing feet, and then it just like
That's
lifts
just
the little basket up, and I was like, oh,
Cherry
maybe I
picker.
need one of those.
That's just fun.
They're for
really.
rent.
Yeah, the rent.
At the Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
I could go pick it up and return it 4 hours later for like $60.
Nice.
I know.
There you go.
I mean, it's good to have goals. I don't
It
know.
would just be fun to have one.
Next week when I show up with my broken arm, you'll know why.
I'd like to have like if just one of the older utility trucks that already has it mounted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be so fun.
fantastic. Yeah,
No.
just because you could just drive around and
Well,
trim
There are
shit.
things
Can
that-
you buy one of those for
Oh,
us?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Will
Oh,
you do
can I
that?
buy
Yeah,
one for?
no, I'm saying I want you to add to your
No.
to add to your fleet.
No. I
Clayton,
think I'm.
It'll be like,
Please buy
it'll
us.
be
I
like
feel- no.
Matchbox
Yeah.
cars.
I
but
feel
for
like
real
I'm
people.
done.
It'll be good for the
At
family.
this point, when I bought the bus, I inherited a 20 or a 15-foot ladder, so I can get on top of the bus. I don't need a cherry picker truck to do it.
Yeah, but I
Fair.
think the bus needs a sibling. Like you don't want it to grow up.
Oh, it
small,
does.
I
It's got a
think.
truck in his garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they need to live together.
Right.
I know. I know that. Yeah. But I did measure your backyard. It does fit a bus well.
Oh no.
No.
Are you getting a bus out?
No,
Nope.
it's not. We couldn't get it in the backyard. There's no way.
Yeah, there's a back gate, but no.
Oh, you couldn't turn that. There's no way. There's no way I could go there. But I know there's enough room. Because you're not going to put a pool in, apparently.
Someday. I'm just done traveling. Just be ready when that pool goes in.
That's it.
We're canceling the American Airlines miles.
Oh, poor American Airlines.
I know.
Feel bad for them.
Time to get the kids into trade school because Missy's gonna stop flying.
My gosh.
For real, right?
All right, I think that's all my news. Everybody's
All right,
alive.
Marina, anything you remember?
Oh,
from
wait a
this
minute.
week?
Hold. Stop. One more. Why was your vehicle back in service?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Because
That was part of last week.
Well,
Everybody
yeah.
had things to
Oh,
do.
that's
and
right, I did have
one
a
of the
car in the
things that
shop.
was on your list of reasons not to come last week was your vehicle was in the shop.
well, about a year and a half ago, I replaced a valve cover.
I recall this.
It was quite a to do. But apparently, we only replaced the right one.
Oh my
It
God.
was time for the left one.
Oh.
You have two valves?
Apparently, two
A
covers.
V6 is going to have one on each bank. There's 3 and 3.
Yeah, one for the right, one
V
for the
of-
left.
No,
There'll be a test later.
there's 3 cylinders
like
on
bra
one
cups.
side and 3 on the other, so there's 2 valve covers.
Good.
I would have thought so.
So now I currently have
even care.
2 reasonably new valve covers and
Yeah.
assorted gaskets and things that go along with
That's
them.
true.
I have a newly rebuilt transmission.
Yeah.
I've recently redone the brakes fully.
Jesus Christ. You bought 3 cars.
I bought 3 cars
Mm-hmm.
in the space of 3 months.
When it needs windshield wiper fluid, I get a new car.
He barely washes his. He goes, no, I'm just going to take it to the
that's
dealer. They have-
I paid this car off really early, so
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, I
get
paid
it.
I paid this car off like 2 years early,
so you feel good about
so
it?
I feel pretty good about it still.
Mm-hmm.
It's close. I very much thought about. In fact, I hung up on the repair guy when he called to tell me what he had to do this time. I was like, I can't fucking do that. I don't have that money, and I hung up on him. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I was, well, fuck, I can't buy a new car either. All right, fine, fix the thing, and I called him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it run well otherwise?
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
you've taken road trips and
Oh my
seemingly
gosh.
had no issue.
Oh, and I really shouldn't be complaining. There's 150,000 miles on this thing. Like,
Oh, well,
I'm going great.
Good.
Well,
And you're hauling equipment around. You're hauling orders from
Doing
the
whatever I-
Empire.
yeah.
You're busy.
all kinds of things.
Next thing you know, you have a sign on the side that says "Cats" something.
Oh, I was totally thinking about doing a big decal for the back window recently.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
put like 5 kids and a dog.
No, I don't want any of that shit.
Get offer in the bottom.
yeah. 87
I lo-
kids. Get
Like
off
my
of it.
website,
offer.
and come give me money, like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like business advertising.
Heycat.co. Get
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah.
That was a plug for you right there. I just did. 7
That's very
people
nice.
heard it.
Big wink face.
Yeah. See, I enjoy that.
Is it on this side? I think it's on this side. Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Mariah.
Marty,
Now,
your turn.
Maya.
What are you reading? Oh, that's your notebook.
Dear
Never mind.
diary, I learned what a valve is.
Soonish.
I learned what.
You still didn't learn what a valve was.
No.
You learned that there was a cover to them.
Yeah,
Well, I'm feeling accomplished.
and you have 2 of them.
I'm feeling real accomplished.
Oh, good.
I am
What'd you do?
successfully getting fatter and older. I feel good about it.
Aren't we all?
I know, but I just it's.
I mean,
an-
it's not a
an
competition, but I
accomplishment.
think I'm winning.
I know, right?
I think I'm both fatter and older.
way ahead of everybody
Mazel
else.
tov.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
If you do it well, you know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. So, and the older part came to fruition as well because I believe
Because the
that
sun
I
came up
had-
again?
Well,
Yeah.
So I believe that
It'll
I
come
had
out tomorrow.
As each day passes.
told you
So
guys
do the
that
days.
Erin, Ernie has gone back for her master's. Did I tell you guys that? I don't
Oh,
know.
that sounds
Whatever.
expensive.
Oh,
I don't know, right? I think
That's
the
all
same
I
thing.
hear. That's all I
in a
hear
relationship
anytime.
Totally
with
with
an
you.
adult going back to school. Sorry, Ernie, but oh, rough times ahead.
I know.
For all involved.
Well, and even
Not
without
for
the
me.
masters, but going on to the masters part, right? So
Oh,
she's
twinsies. Now you're both doing it. Sharon's back in school. Ernie's back in
I was
school.
like,
Allegedly.
what's it? Allegedly? Yes, that's right. That's right.
You're
so
doing it.
we're doomed.
Good
Hiding in my room with
Good luck
Netflix
to
is
you.
what I'm doing.
Thanks.
We're doomed. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
we're
doomed.
doomed. Anyway, so she has this sociology course that she's taking, and so we had to do a
Did she study you?
sociology thing, and she had to do something kind of go somewhere and be able to tell about the people in the situation. I'm like, so go to church, and it's somewhere that she doesn't. She's like, but I've been to church. It has to be something new. Well, come to find out, 8.5 years
Go
later.
to Monster Jam.
Oh, that's my own private hell.
Oh, that
But-
sounds awesome. I want to go real bad.
Monster Jam.
I want to go so bad.
Sunday.
8.5 years later, I learned that Erin has never gone to bingo, never played bingo before.
What?
Right? And I'm like,
Is this a lesbian thing that we're just now learning about? I don't
don't-
understand.
why?
No,
I don't know.
lesbians like bingo.
Well, no, but I mean, maybe she's not a good lesbian. See what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
she
fair
came
point.
she came out late in life.
Yeah, she did.
I think because I thought it was a
I don't
prerequisite.
think it's about good or bad. I think it's just about the length of
Wait a
her
minute. Wait,
experience.
time
Like
out,
she has a
time out.
shorter lesbian
How is
career
that
than some of us.
like, I've only gone like maybe twice. I'm not a bingoer.
No, I think it's a
And
prerequisite.
yet it's still on your repertoire.
Yeah.
And
Well,
not
still,
hers.
duh.
You're still checking enough to get the
It's
toaster
still on
oven.
that box.
I have I gotta go to 3 bingos.
When
I
they
got
take the
toaster oven.
survey,
I've held a
Play
dauber
softball,
before.
check.
And how is
Been
it-
to bingo, check. Short fingernails,
How is
check.
it in
Cargo
all this
shorts,
time, eight plus years, that in all the other shit you
Never
two
come
do,
up.
it never came up.
Never came up. I don't know.
What did
happened right
what
now.
did Al hear that we didn't?
I don't know.
Kat did something. I don't know what happened.
Just going down the lesbian checklist.
Oh,
Short fingernails.
oh, I'm sorry.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Not even active length. Short.
Oh,
Not
sure.
active length.
it's
that's-
just, it's a genius. She got short fingernails. She's eating carpet.
Let me see those hands. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Check, right there.
That's
I need to see both hands.
You a big old
Nailed
dyke.
it.
No.
That's right.
Bonus points if there's some kind of paint or a stain of some sort
Yeah.
on one of those hands.
Oh, a stain. My God.
I'm concerned.
I probably do.
And just a light hint of turpentine.
Some hard
I
manual
mean, God
labor.
bless her, but Ernie's already lost all knowledge of glassware. So
Yeah.
check.
Check.
That's number one on the list.
Not fair.
No, the U-Haul was number 1.
Nah.
That's not going away.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
So yeah, so we went to, of all places in this world, Surprise, Arizona.
Surprise! Still in Arizona.
That's a great bingo venue.
Yeah, have you, like you don't know.
Is there a list of rankings?
She wasn't even paying attention. She just heard it and thought, you know what? You don't think it's surprise? It's a
Bingo.
great bingo
Yeah,
venue.
bingo venue. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Well,
Did
it
you win?
was.
Did you win?
No.
Where did
Okay.
you go in there? In
No,
the surprise?
but there were things that we went to a place called the Riverboat Bingo, and it looks like a riverboat. But I was like, "There's water out there."
No, there's
Just
sure
built
not.
like that.
Is there a
Just built
buffet?
like
Yeah.
It's another
that. I
surprise.
don't know. Surprise.
It's a little less
but-
believable than the Colorado Bell in
Oh, in Laughlin?
Laughlin, yeah.
Well, here was the thing that was pretty cool. She found this, whatever, and we go to it, but it was for domestic violence. Like they gave back to domestic violence, and I thought, you
That's
know what?
very nice.
Because if you're going to have any, you want it to be paid for.
Bingo. So I'm gonna knock you out.
I'm not sure.
If you're gonna hit her, get your check.
Listen carefully.
Dauber in one hand. Anyway, so there's a lot to it.
No kidding.
No, I mean there's a lot.
very
fucking-
busy.
It's very busy. We walked in. You know, Ernie's a timely person. I not as much.
Who's making a surprised face?
Yeah, me.
Nope.
So
Nobody.
anyway, we got there at 6:30, right?
Yeah.
And it starts
Bingo
at
started at
6:30.
5? Oh.
No, it started at 6:30.
Oh, I bet they started at 6:30 and 01 seconds.
Exactly.
Yes, I mean, they're
but
like, bop, 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 bop.
also,
Dop,
you
dop, dop.
have homework that you have to do. So like they open at 4:30.
Right, so you can figure
get
out
in
what
there.
games you want to play,
Right,
so you can
th-
pick out
there
your
are,
daubers,
like,
so you
there
can
were
get your troll dolls in
15
order.
games. There were 15 games, and you had to. There are ones that are like in an anchor, and there are other ones that are in a kite.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with bingo.
But I wasn't. And so all
Let
of
me
a
see your
sudden you had
hands.
to,
Let me
like-
see your hands.
You had to like draw out the thing so that you knew. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a lot to it. It was very busy.
And if you go to the casino where you can drink, it's all done electronically. So you're holding an electronic tablet and you just sit there
And watch it happen.
And you watch it like your table's ready at the Olive Garden, and it lights up. And you're like,
You don't even get to do this.
you can if you want to.
Oh, because
But
that's horrible.
for the price of
That's
admission,
stupid.
you get the machine that plays the bingo for you, so you can just drink and chat. And if your table's ready at Olive Garden, you're in.
when you're here, you're
Soup,
family.
salad, and breadsticks, man. You're
Right.
in. Sold.
Well, I just think that sounds awful. That wouldn't have been near as much fun. But when we walked through the door, I got the look that I always get, right?
Why the fuck are you late? That look?
Oh,
Excuse me,
you have
sir,
no
where
idea.
are you?
Yeah.
It's for you.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
That's different. You walk in and it's a big room of like just long ass tables,
Of
right?
90-year-olds?
Absolutely, lots of blue hair.
They call it a bingo hall.
And
Yeah, it's got a name.
right, but
If you image search for bingo hall, I bet you see a big
all
room
of
with
a
long
sudden
tables.
yeah, but I figured you walked in like a different. No, you came walking in, and all of a sudden everyone's like,
Is Velma at the door going, do you have a table already?
"Did you call ahead?
Right, did you call ahead?
I want to know." So
Ain't from
it
around
was
here, are
hysterical.
you?
We walked in,
Right.
and Aaron's face, of course, just pale.
Uh-huh.
Because
Don't be-
everyone's
don't be
looking
scared
at
of
her,
the
and
bingo.
I'm dying. I'm like, "This is great."
You are nowhere near old enough to be in this bingo hall either.
Oh no,
No one is.
No. Oh, no. You get to a certain, yeah.
We're not. None of us are there
No,
yet.
none of us, but
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
those people.
Those
Oh,
folks,
yeah.
Well, and then we
You walk in under 70, and you get a look of like, ooh.
at 6:30.
First of all, if you can walk in.
Yeah,
It was like we walked through the door. If it weren't for you meddling kids coming,
I
in
can
this late,
smell the tampon in her purse.
I remember those.
What's absorbing, Junior?
But there were like 15 games, and you had to be there.
I
And
can't with you people today.
thank God they had, because they have the big, and then they have a chatter room. Because you can't
can't
talk.
talk.
No talking.
You can't fucking talk during this stuff. People take some shit real seriously.
Yeah.
And like even like what's right? They'll turn
Yep.
around and just it's like you're at a church that would be no fun. And like
So
turn-
you can
Because
imagine
there
what
are
I'm-
churches that are fun.
no, but I'm saying there
Allegedly.
are some churches that like you can go into and you can like talk and they sing and they're not just like the stoically we're sitting in this pew because
Those are Baptist churches.
Those bingo
Awful.
ladies are not stoically sitting. They are actively.
Wait till you think you
Dabbing.
have a
Yeah.
bingo
Yeah.
and you don't.
Oh.
Bad news.
Nope.
Bad news.
Bad form.
Nope.
Bad form.
Yes. Oh.
I love that this is where we've landed.
This is the news.
It was
I hope this is
hysterical.
stimulating
Year 8,
conversation.
The bingo episode.
I want to welcome a new listener, Michael. Welcome to this shit show.
Before
And after.
There
I
we
kept
go.
yelling that. I kept saying
Oh,
that.
they were gonna kill
Oh,
you.
you have no idea. But we were in the chatter room. So, and it never got old.
I hosted
was
drag bingo once, and I was
Yeah.
never allowed to again.
Oh.
Again, surprise faces?
Yeah.
Anyway.
None.
All around. Okay.
And I still think it's funny, so I'm going to repeat it.
What?
Please do. Is
I
it
pull-
069?
No, they
Okay.
pulled
Which made
B9.
me chuckle every time, too.
They
course it
pulled
did.
B9, and I'm like, I'm not coming to visit you in the hospital because your cancer is B9.
That's funny.
That's what we used to do.
That's funny
They
shit.
tell that same joke
When
at Cobalt every Monday still.
Exactly.
Came from me
I love
20
it.
years ago. There's my joke.
It's not anymore.
I was
like it.
told.
I think you're the first person to ever do that.
I did. I honestly do.
You go, well, all
It's
right.
now public domain. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
I was fired from because they said it was
I love it,
insensitive.
Harry. That's awesome.
Mike Fornelli.
Midnight
tell ya.
bingo.
Shut up! Fernelli did that?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, whatever. I've been doing that. I mean, I used to do it
Censors were
Oh, yeah.
outraged.
yeah.
for Suzanne.
Yep.
I used to fill in for Suzanne and do that. I did it at all the other bingos I hosted.
Do you still have the dildo?
Yes. Okay, wait a minute.
Unrelated.
Wait a minute.
Are they though?
Hang on.
No.
Hang on.
Even I can't back that up. You know she wore a dildo
Let's-
to bingo.
Wait a minute.
Bingo!
Wait a minute.
Wait.
In context.
Bingo!
That was taken out of context.
Oh, that's the vibrator.
Hang on. Hang on. Wait a minute.
You know they make them so
All
small
right.
now.
The dildo's
Sorry
just,
about that.
The
That
dildo's
didn't-
just a placeholder.
Dauber.
Helps keep you in your seat. It's got
No.
a little suction cup at the
So
bottom.
Suzanne
Also
Target.
works on a bathroom wall.
Suzanne Target, rest her soul, when she hosted bingo, she had this. It's like 3 feet long, and it's this big around. It's a big black dildo
my
that was,
God.
and she'd walk around and beat people with it if they would claim bingo, but and they didn't have it. She'd beat them over the head with it.
She'd
So
make
we-
them stand up there and like hit.
So
hit 'em
so
in the
when she
ass.
died,
Oh.
it was bequeathed to me, and it's in a drawer.
He's never used bequeath right before. It's a big day.
Oh my God! I completely
Oh my
forgot about that.
God.
But
So
that-
at Cobalt Bingo, we
That
have
was
one with a
funny.
dick attached to a hat.
yes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, because you're the dickhead who called bingo when you didn't have it.
In fact, I don't know if
Fair
it's the
point.
same hat, but because
It is the one from Apollo.
They moved, yeah. When Apollo's
Love it.
closed, we bequeathed all that stuff to you all.
It's got a little string so you can make
Yeah.
it move. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny.
yeah.
And for real though, they take that shit so seriously.
For
Well,
real.
some take it very seriously.
I mean, it's a little. And
So how'd
they're-
you get your master's degree? I went to bingo.
Went to bingo.
I know.
That's,
That's,
that's
what
my takeaway.
But yeah, I was
takeaway.
like, trying to come up with a whole lot of different things, and her dad said go to bingo, and I was like, all right. We had so much fun. We fucking laughed and laughed.
I need to backtrack just a second on this little story, because I'm so distracted by the fact that she'd never been to bingo, and then
Yeah.
all of the relics that you played bingo with in
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Why did you go to bingo? What was the point of this whole story?
For her
So she could write a
sociology
paper.
Research for the master's
Got
degree.
it.
Research paper.
Completely got got completely lost in the
Well, of
shuffle.
course it did. We went to
I feel
bingo.
like that's an
surprise.
unimportant anecdote at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's why. And
I
quite
would tell it
frankly,
every Christmas. I'm trying to
quite frankly, I would go. Yeah, it was.
What, I was gonna say, when you going back?
Fucking laughed and laughed.
Yeah, there's
and
bingo all
laughed.
over the city all the time.
Oh, I'm with you.
You can
and
stay
we're
local and
not.
do it.
We're not
Stacy's
going
has it
that
2
far.
or 3 Saturdays a
Oh
month.
no, gay bingo's not the same as old lady.
Very different.
I don't think
Oh
so.
no, no, but
Is
take
it?
because no, those faggots are really intense on this shit. Trust. No, take her to there.
I only
we
played
had-
gay
we had-
bingo
there
one
was-
time. I was like, nope, I'm out.
There
Can't.
was one game where, because $16 each, right? And you spend $16 and you have all of the games, 15, 16 games, whatever it was. And you're going through, and the one that has the kite was, the winner will be $75. And another one was this. And if you got all of the squares in 52 numbers or less or something, you got $1,000.
Including Paul Lan.
I'm saying, wouldn't that be great? And I
And a
so-
lovely roast beef dinner.
so you could, whatever was on there, like you started dabbing them, and you would go through and you would do all of the.
You know we've all played bingo
No,
before.
no,
right?
no. But I had never seen this $1,000 game, and you know what? I had only one left.
We've all played bingo
I was
before.
so upset. I was so upset.
It's a frustrating. I've never won.
It was
Yeah,
the
me
most
neither.
I
to
sit
be
there with that
right
one number
there.
left, or I'll sit there and not daub anything because somebody got bingo in
I
6
know.
numbers.
It was so stressful. I'm like, I don't have B12, and I'm very upset about this whole thing. It was. I didn't like
It's
it.
more stressful and less profitable than Keno is how I feel about
Yeah.
bingo.
Keno. That lady walks through just yelling Keno the whole time at the casinos.
You know.
But
You
my
don't call
mom,
it Keno?
I don't know what the fuck Keno is.
it's bingo for drunk people.
No, it's basically the
Okay.
lottery that draws every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick your fucking numbers and you sit there and you drink, and every once in a while you win $2.
And my mom figured out that the bar,
like a
the
dollar or
cocktail
something?
waitress
Yeah.
bar, was right next to the Keno Lounge, so we would sit there and play Keno just to get our drinks faster.
Oh, I like that. That's a really
So I've
smart.
told this before, but in P-Town they do drag bingo one day of the week. I can't remember which.
Sure, one of them.
One of them. They do it in the afternoon, and it's in front of the town hall where they used to burn the witches, the witch trials.
Oh,
I don't know if that part's true, but it's from like the 1600s, so
There's
it's
a
super
stake
fucking
there.
creepy. And it's got this whole big lawn, and they do it out on the lawn with tables. Like, so there's like a couple hundred people there.
Sure.
And there's all the gays that just bust in for whatever week's festivities, and then there's the people that really live there, the old people that
Sure.
have been there since the turn of the century,
Sure.
since
And
they
the
burned the
kimono
Since the
and-
witches.
Yeah.
Since
yeah.
the witches.
Yeah.
So you've got all these people in drag having fun, all these people that this is their weekly event, and these
Sure.
fucking tourists ruin it
You
every
sons
week.
of bitches. Yep.
And it's insanity because you're out on a lawn and you just don't even know what to do with yourself. People bring their own drinks because you can't drink, but everybody like
Has
you
a-
Brings
walk
it in,
they
right.
check you, but the fence is this high, so you just sit near the fence and put your alcohol on the other side of the fence. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You have soccer mom
shenanigans.
wine.
Smart.
But the
right?
funniest thing that someone said was
Wine
somebody
purse?
got bingo really fast,
Yeah.
and my friend goes, "She's a witch." Done. I was laid out, done. I just packed my little cards up, so I knew I was going to win, put them aside, and just sat there delighted. I was ready.
That's wonderful.
That really is great.
It was
That's
perfect.
Yeah.
From a drag queen
perfect.
with a beard, just screaming.
She's a
back.
witch.
That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I might have to go to Stacy's and try that.
Yeah.
They do it the second and third Saturdays of the month. They do it. They start at 1 p.m. I believe.
Okay.
Well,
One
that's
of
easy to follow.
No. Okay.
one of them is because it's a buy-in, and I'm not sure what it
Yeah,
is.
1:30.
But you get there at 11.
Oh, I see.
The one of them benefits the Gay Men's Chorus.
Okay.
And the other one benefits the Gay Bowling League.
Okay.
Those are the two things
Okay.
that. And then occasionally, if there's an extra Saturday, like maybe the fifth Saturday,
What does a bowling team need, buddy, for? Like antifungal spray for those shoes?
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's fair. Okay.
Maybe.
well, and they also award cash prizes
those cool
in,
shirts.
in
Yeah.
tournaments.
no.
Oh,
I used to be
shirts.
on the gay bowling league.
Oh, do you make their shirts?
I've
I don't.
debated about going and
fun.
joining because I know several people that do it. And I used to
fun.
be good at bowling years ago. But
Can you stencil onto a button-up rayon?
Sure.
Okay.
she can do anything. She's
Give
Kat
them your
Carlson.
number. We'll get them your number.
She's
I've got my eye on another embroidery machine that may be coming soon. I might
like
be
it.
able to stitch it for you.
Oh.
We used to make $1. The
Now
lady
she's
down the-
just getting too fancy.
The lady
Listen.
down the street used to do that. She would make uniforms.
Mhm.
And we got $1 if we took the backing off. We would go down
Oh,
there
sure.
and pull the paper backing off of her,
her applique.
yeah,
Embroidery.
embroidery.
Oh, the embroidery. I'm sorry. Right.
Yeah, so she would sew on that little crazy machine that did all these fancy letters, and then we would go down there and make $1 a shirt.
Are you
Oh.
gonna give him $1?
I got it
fuck
I
am
mean,
I
it
gonna
wasn't
give-
really a
the
job
fuck am I gonna
application,
give
but it
him
came out like it
$1
was.
for?
Just give him $1.
He's got his own goddamn money.
Give him $1.
50-year-old man. He's got his own money. I'm not hiring him.
$1.
How generous. She
I
said you
want
were
my
50.
$2.
Gonna take that.
57. All
nice.
right, here, have $1.
Just give him $1. See?
All right,
I
I'll
haven't
give
done
him $1.
anything yet.
That's
I don't
okay.
know. Here, have
There you go.
$1.
Have $1.
In advance.
Look, I have one for each
I'm
of you.
giving you a $1 advance on your labors.
Don't be late.
Hey.
Don't be late.
Oh.
Let's go steal your dollar.
Sorry.
I'm eating nuts.
Sorry.
I don't need your $1 right now.
Fine.
There you go.
I got food right in front
Have
of me.
$1.
Well done. Well done.
I'm not
Take the
sure why I gave you
Take
$1
the
just
damn
now.
I
dollar.
need
So-
more coffee.
I went to.
Oh,
a
what'd you do
9/11
this week? Sure.
I went to a 9/11 party.
Oh,
It was a birthday
Festive.
party for someone born on 9/11.
festive.
Yes.
But it was.
Cheers.
Is there a song for that yet?
Yeah, not yet.
No.
I think there
But
should
we're
be a
working on
stirring
it.
anthem.
London Bridges.
Mm-mm,
No,
nope.
Nope.
not that one.
Nope.
Is that the wrong
But
song?
we always.
I think it's the
There's
wrong
a
song.
little bit of sympathy for somebody whose birthday is 9/11.
Yeah, Robin, Brendan Robin.
Yeah.
Robin's birthday is 9/11, and she's like,
Apparently, there's a new somebody that her birthday is also September 11th because
I saw
John
that.
Oliver. You saw John Oliver.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, I haven't seen it this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. That's
So-
right. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Everyone remember what the troops mean to us and bullshit, bullshit. Also, happy birthday.
Yeah, right. And she's like, okay. They showed all the.
They all
clips,
give like
all
a
the
really big
years,
sentimental speech and end it with, "Oh, by the way, happy
and look
birthday."
and look very,
Yeah.
you know. So, and then they're like, and happy birthday.
So, we decided to have a blender party in his honor. Everybody brought their blender recipes.
Uh huh.
I approve.
One truly
Did you
tragic
win?
Brit. Clearly.
Yeah, good.
I even made up a recipe on the fly while I was there. I made up a fresh strawberry daiquiri.
Atta girl.
Oh my god, I made a strawberry daiquiri. I don't even know what the fuck's in a daiquiri, but it was
Rum.
delicious.
Did you put rum in
I
it?
put a lot of rum in it.
Perfect.
Put rum.
That
I put
is the
Malibu.
recipe.
Were there strawberries or no?
Fresh strawberries, fresh raspberries,
That feels like a
What's a
feels like a
berry?
daiquiri to me.
It's a berry daiquiri.
Yeah, and
very
some sort
good.
of, a little bit of orange juice, some fresh squeezed lime.
Holy shit! It's a medley.
Sounds good.
So the theme to this was how much sugar can you consume in one day?
It's the
Did you
sugar-
win?
It's diabetes birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I win? Did I do it?
Did I do it? Is it over? Is it over?
Did I do it? What?
I cannot even tell you how hyperglycemic I was for like 2 straight days. I left that party like I just need protein. I may have to kill an animal on the street and just eat it like roadkill to make sure that there's no carbs involved.
Was that
I'd give you
Al
another
eating a
$1 to
coyote?
see that.
Was that Al in the side
Luckily,
of the road?
chicken is available at every store.
Everywhere, right?
So there was no reason to eat the roadkill. Oh my god,
More's the pity.
it was a fun party. One person threw up, and I have to say, it probably wasn't from the alcohol. It was from the amount of sugar she consumed.
Sure.
But so the British girl who also threw up, and it kind of serves her right. She put a whole lime in the blender because she wasn't sure how to make a margarita
I'll bet that wasn't good.
because the
Oh.
recipe said lime,
Oh,
Sure.
God.
and it went.
But you should.
So people were like
Peel
sucking
it,
rind
maybe.
through a
Oh.
straw.
Sure there.
Shit.
Meanwhile,
somebody.
Done? Did I do it? Did I win?
You did it! You're done! You won!
I won?
You won!
very good for the daiquiris.
Wow.
So and we made fresh squeezed my welcome margaritas, and it was a lot of fun. It was a fun birthday. Got the hell out of there, and then it has just been work since. So.
I was surprised
Get it,
because you were
Rihanna.
there on Sunday. I
Yeah,
happened to see you were
this
there.
weekend I'm going just for a quick 2-day, like 48-hour trip to Temecula. 2 days, 48 hours. You glad I translated that for
No,
you?
thank you.
How much
I was
is that in
still trying
hands?
to do the math.
Um,
I was still trying to do the math.
How many shekels is that? Figure that out.
just to do a wine tour and wish someone well on her upcoming nuptials.
Oh.
Nice.
And then I'm back, but oh my god. And not a particularly sad or horrible, just grinding Fred Flintstone at the wherever the fuck the granite quarry where he worked. It was gonna
Okay.
come to me. I was getting there.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm feeding you your
Were you
lies.
riding a dinosaur? Like, I don't know how this worked out.
I would have paid the dinosaur this $1 to cart my ass around. My feet hurt so goddamn bad.
Uh-huh.
But so here we are.
Wow.
That's it. 9/11 party. Bring a blender. Oh my god. I've never seen such fast food. I was gonna show up with my little oyster.
Oster. Yeah.
Same thing. 1970s plastic. Oh
Yeah.
no. We had like real
You had
as
some
seen on
Vitamixes
TV,
and some
Vitamixes,
Ninjas.
ninjas.
You had
Literal things I
some
saw.
Black and Deckers.
Oh, everybody
probably.
brought their own blender. I
Well,
thought maybe
clearly you would have to.
No, I just figured there was like one big blender
Who
and
wants
everybody
to
brought
wash the
recipes.
blender
There's 20
800
people at
times.
the, 20 people at the
I've
party.
never been to these bingo parties you go to. They're all fucked up apparently.
All these swinger parties you go
But
to.
I
Swinger. Oh my
I
gosh.
walked into the like row of blenders and I'm like, oh, I'm
Wow,
glad I left
impressed.
Oster at home because
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have
No,
brought
but you'd have
Oster.
been the vintage. You'd have been the vintage one.
It would have
I
been.
think I already checked that box.
It would have been cute and quaint.
Short fingernails.
Yeah.
Vintage. You got-
Oh no! Pencils down,
Oh, wait,
people.
wait a minute. What happened? Oh my God, what happened?
I need liquor for
Did we
this
miss an
shit.
update?
Yeah, well, no, I updated it, but
Oh, good job.
I gotta tell you in person.
All right.
Oh my God. For the affiliates down the line, stand by for breaking news.
I'm driving my happy ass home from work, minding my goddamn business.
Fact check. Was it happy?
Goddamn business.
No.
Driving
well,
your.
no, I think I started off in an okay mood. I will
All
say
right.
that maybe, except for the fact that my phone didn't my car
Just
didn't switch
NPR
over.
live fact checking over here.
Fine. The phone did not automatically go right to the car. Didn't go to phone.
Okay.
Didn't become a stereo of my own.
Very
making.
nice.
Okay.
So the news channel was on, which
Oh.
usually annoys me.
Not very good.
Traffic Dave and his squad of people that are represented by
Dave.
whoever business.
Traffic Dave.
Yeah,
However.
he probably doesn't pass the fact check.
No.
Then they come back and tell me Scooby-Doo turns 50 today. I was like, motherfucker!
You know, Scooby Doo's not real.
But the fact that it's 50
Scooby-Doo the
got a
TV
name.
show. I don't care if they mean Scooby-Doo the dog, Scooby-Doo the cat, Scooby-Doo. It's the fucking TV show turned
Okay.
50. I'm older.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. I was watching that
Ruh-roh,
shit as a
Reggie.
child. That's one of the few TV shows I enjoy.
You watched it first run,
Yeah, right?
It was breaking news.
not in syndication.
Breaking. So first I'm mad about me being older than Scooby-Doo, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
Scooby goddamn Doo is younger than me. Then, like 20 seconds later,
Jinkies.
the little breaking news comes on, and I'm like, Scooby-Doo is breaking news back in the day. I was livid.
Wow.
But then I really
Oh my
started
God.
to laugh at myself, and I'm like,
That you were
took
that
this
upset.
really personally.
Yeah, you did. I saw your.
It was very dramatic online. I saw some
Oh
of that.
my God! But as soon as the
That's
breaking
fantastic.
news came on, and it came to me that like each villain caught was breaking news because it was a first-run goddamn episode.
You would have gotten away with it too.
And of it for you meddling kids.
And Velma looking for her glasses because she doesn't have her glasses
Oh,
on.
poor
Oh,
Velma.
It's the epitome of irony. In case you're looking for other ways to explain irony to someone, not being
Blind people looking for their glasses.
No,
is
people.
irony?
Yeah, people looking for their glasses because they don't have their glasses on.
So I'm ironic
Sure.
every day of my life.
Every day. So I had my
Every.
glasses like this last night for
Yeah.
like 7 straight hours.
Sure.
So you know you take them off, you can still feel them.
Yeah.
And then I had a pair of glasses in my pocket, and I'm like, do I have 2 pairs of glasses on right now?
Where are you?
We got some work to do now.
Gotta learn the words to do now.
Jinkies.
Help from you
That
now.
is so
I
funny.
feel like it's the same. Well, no, David
Oh
Cassidy.
my
I feel
God,
like
that's
David
so
Cassidy is
funny.
singing the theme song. Didn't that sound like David
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy?
Kind of.
Look,
Kind
Harry
of.
Kind
said, Marnie, you can't remember your name, but Traffic Dave, he's got nailed down.
Traffic
Honest to God, made that up. I have no idea what traffic guy's name is.
Funny.
In a
Well, then
radio
that makes
related
me feel
anecdote.
better.
Yeah.
So I'm driving a kid to school this week, and I just have the radio
One
on.
of yours or just a random kid that you found somewhere?
Just one I found on the
One
street,
that
but he
wasn't
needed to
sick.
get to school. So anyway,
I took a healthy kid to school just to make up the debt.
just pay it forward. So I've got the radio on, and they're talking, and they're playing some sort of a trivia game, and either it was a really old rerun, or, and this one I'm actually more willing to believe, the DJs have lost 2 years because they repeatedly said, well, it's 2016 now, we can't do this, it's 2016 now. And I'm thinking to
3 years
myself,
though.
wait,
Oh.
but math. Who
Wow.
cares?
Scooby-Doo premiered September 13th, 1969.
Yeah, I know. I would listen to it on the news.
No, I know. I'm just telling the other listeners.
Yeah.
So I was like 6 days old.
Listener,
I
use
wasn't born
singular.
yet.
I was 6 days
Again,
old.
you're older than Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I see where we're going down.
Yeah.
You don't want to be alone in this voyage.
It is not
Not me.
Cassidy.
It is not. No.
Performed by Larry Marks for the first season, then by George A. Robertson Jr.
It did sound like David Cassidy.
You're right. It
I would
did.
agree.
What if I can find the
I'm on Scoobypedia.com.
Scoobypedia? Hokey smokes, Bullwinkle.
Scoobypedia would not lie.
Oh my God. And then, just because I'm older than this too, the Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo.
It's a pot strain. You know that's a pot strain
Oh.
somewhere, the Scooby-Dooby.
Let's see if this.
I want that to be my new job. I want to name pot strains. But
Okay.
Ah,
This
Scooby-Doo,
sound different.
the live action movie, the first one, is so funny because the pot references are just ridiculous.
Are really, yeah.
All the Scooby snacks.
That does
He
sound
sounds more
different.
British.
It sounds like Dave. It sounds like
Davy Jones.
The monkey.
Dave from the Monkees, right?
Sounds like Herman's Hermits, too.
Yep.
Yeah, right. They all do. Well, it was the
They're all
60s,
fucking
70s.
British.
They're all, yeah, all the fucking British people.
Fucking British
Jesus
people.
Christ.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
For those watching at home, I did not have dinner, so you're just gonna watch me.
He's eating everything.
I just
Great
woke
job.
up.
Well, Ali Tazarmov. Clayton, what'd you do this week?
Older than Scooby-Doo.
Oh my! I just found that out.
Learned
Thanks.
that.
Didn't realize that was gonna come into
Update
my
the
note.
affiliates.
Well, now if you'll recall, last week my mom's sister was here visiting, and she went back to Oklahoma where she lives, and then
So long, Susie.
the cousin that is her son, my cousin, who has been on the show with us, Mike, flew in, was here for a few days, so visited with Mike, had him in town.
Lovely.
There was part of the legal stuff. I figured out I'm meeting at 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. I have to have a. I don't know if anybody else moved here from another state and you brought a vehicle. I'm sure when you brought the Missy Almobile,
The first one.
the first one, right? You had to. This is called a. This is not a title-only state. You have got to have the vehicle inspected, register it, do it all in one take. They don't just give you a title and you
I
move
did all
on.
those things.
You had to have. That's
Yeah,
the way
wow.
Arizona's been. So
That's a long time ago.
I don't recall if I
Or you
mentioned.
traded it in and bought a new car in
Do the
Arizona
emissions.
immediately there.
Right, you have to do emissions and all that are happy horse shit.
I love the Missy
So
Ellen
I don't recall if I made. We weren't here last week, so I didn't. So I had made an attempt to go to MVD to start the title process, the changeover of the 40-foot bus into my name to make sure we're all square and good.
What kind of inspection are they going to do on that old girl?
Well, they have to verify.
Probably a visual one.
It's a visual one, but they have to verify that the VIN number matches because obviously Arizona being close to the border, there's a lot of issues with stolen vehicles and the like. So they want to make sure that it is actually the actual vehicle that you're licensing or whatever you're doing. So I get there and I go to the Scottsdale, the North Scottsdale location thinking like it's always been, there's just a bunch of older, seasoned customers
Well,
there.
they playing bingo.
The lines are shorter and everybody's nice and happy. Everything's good. Well, the population has grown so much in the valley that it's no longer short lines and just Gentile old people over there registering their cars.
I found it depends on when during the month. And
Maybe it is.
like you have to go if you're going to go to MVD, you go mid-month.
Yep.
Never at the beginning, never at the end, because the beginning are people whose registration has expired, and they're pissed and they got to get their shit taken care of so that they don't get a ticket while they're driving their out of registration car. And at the end of the month are the people that have waited until the very last minute. So mid-month.
Okay.
Also early afternoon. Don't go right when they open. There's a fucking line out the door. Then they clear all that up by about 11, but then your lunch timers come in. So go about 1, 2 o'clock.
Okay.
There's your sweet spot.
Okay.
You can Google that online.
So.
Also true.
Not even kidding.
Oh no,
No.
it tells you the time, right? So I get there and I have all my little paperwork and I'm all good. And I knew going into this I needed to talk to someone who could listen to my plight, and then advise, therefore
And
thereon.
you went
right?
to the MVD
So
for that?
so I go to I had no choice. You got to go to the MVD. So I explain what's going on, and she's emphatic. This woman, emphatic.
Can't do that.
Well, you've got to bring it here. I'm like, huh?
It doesn't
On my
run, bitch.
back.
It
I'm
doesn't
like,
run.
I think it doesn't run. It's a 40-ton bus. Like it has to be trucked in here. She goes, well, you better get a tow truck. Like she was very.
Okay, you just did the voice you just did.
What?
You can see her now, can't you?
What? No, it was the radio.
Oh, Roy Mercer.
Yeah, that was the voice. you
Rodney
just did.
Mercer. Yeah, you better just bring it in. Look like a woodpecker blowed up on her butt. Anyway, so she looks at me like she is just dead serious that this vehicle has got to be in their presence for this to get done. And I just put all my little paperwork back in my folder and I said, I looked right at her. I said, there is more than one way to skin this cat. And I said, you have a good day. And I walked out. So I text Mark Howard, my friend, who they had purchased a vehicle in California, had a titling issue with it here, but I knew he had a friend that had helped him get it
Just
done.
the one?
Yeah, just the one friend.
He's only allowed one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, it's the assistant director of the MVD for the state of Arizona.
Oh, I love it.
So
Good.
I get connected with him, and he's like, here's what you do. And I'm like, this is what I needed. Somebody to listen to the whole problem first before making your decision of how we're going to execute this. I'm knocking off shit right and left. So there's a third party that apparently the MVD forgets to tell you that's available, that goes out, looks at your vehicle, they're certified, they sign off on it. Boom, that's out of the way, done. Certified it doesn't run. That's what we need. Then I can just get the title transferred. Also found out this little nugget of information. And you'll never need to know this because you never buy a vehicle from a private individual. When in Arizona, you buy a vehicle from a private individual, you do not pay sales tax on that.
Wow.
That's correct.
Oh.
Did not know that till now. So I do not have to worry about the money that remember, because she bought it in Texas, never registered it, so I thought I was going to get stuck with that.
Yep.
Then I bought it from her. Nope, nothing. So all I'm going to have is the inspection is going to be paid for on Thursday, but then the title transfer is like $20 and we're done.
I love it.
Which I'm thrilled about that.
Yeah.
How'd the bus make it from Texas to here?
She bought it on a lot from a retailer. Now, if she would have registered in Texas, she would have had to pay whatever sales tax that was. But she never registered it. She bought that bus and never should have, based on what I now know. I know more. Marnie met them the other day at the Starbucks when we had to have Marnie met me to have notary sign everything to make it legal.
They were very nice.
They were very, very nice. But the more that goes on, the more I realized never should have bought it because there were issues from the beginning. Didn't care. Drove it off the lot like it was, knowing that there were some issues. And I'm like, big mistake. So what they did is basically, since gauges weren't working, they had no idea what the air pressure for brakes. the water temperature, any of that stuff was. They drove it here and they blew the engine or whatever happened to it. In Mesa, they had
Head gasket.
They had it. I'm hoping it's just a head gasket, and then had it checked. And then they put it on the once they
Do you
determined
have to be voted head gasket, or do you just?
No, you just inherit that position. Yeah.
there's no.
It's a lot of
application
nepotism
process.
involved in that petition.
So anyway,
The other gaskets are never
it's just
jealous.
on the
Always
process
does.
of getting that all done, which I'll be happy with that. Still don't know where the fuck I'm going to put it. We'll figure that out later. But it just legally it'll be done, and that the nice part about that is nobody else can lay claim. So like if I wasn't entitled in my
Are
name,
people fighting for it?
there are people who potentially could. You never know about things like that. Just because you don't
I
like
literally
it,
don't
I know you don't.
know
you
about
don't.
things like that.
But it was very
I have
cool
no
to go.
personal feelings.
It
on
was
the
very
bus.
cool to go and see the bus with my cousin because he understands all of the mechanics of everything. So we've got the back end of the bus open, looking at the engine and all the other stuff. And he's like, "There's that," and I was like, "I own all these things now. Look at all those. Look at this. There's many things
Menti.
and a
thing.
sundry of
Look at
things
this
that need
stuff.
wiring
Isn't
done.
it neat?
All kinds.
Wouldn't you think his
What do you call them?
collection's complete?
So there's
awesome,
that,
though.
and then I feel like there's other things, but I don't remember.
Yeah, and they really were. They were very nice.
They were.
And
Oh, are they? They're not like they're gone.
No.
They're still
no,
living
but
very much.
But they were just nice that day. They might not be nice every day.
they were
think
so
we're just
excited that
okay.
you were so excited.
Very much
and
so.
They were blown away by how much she knew about the bus.
Already,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were like, where did you found a VIN number?
The VIN
or
number, I
something?
knew.
Yeah.
Well, I know where all these things are located. They said 2 or 3 bus experts go to look for it and
Yes.
couldn't find it. I'm like, how do you not? If they're experts, they should know where these
And
things
how
are.
much did they pay them to?
Yeah.
I kept thinking, I'm like, oh god.
I know this is over
How do
your
you
head.
become a bus expert?
How do you
Is there an
become one?
election?
Are you voted?
Well,
into
wait.
that?
Wouldn't you
You
say
inherit that.
You're a Donna Summer
Hereditary.
expert?
Yeah.
You're a Donna Summer
Not
expert.
an expert.
How'd you get there?
Aficionado.
Because you paid attention and you studied and you learned.
I know, but it's a bus.
Everybody's got their own thing,
Oh,
Alfie.
yeah, that's true.
Blenders. Look at that.
Joe's probably a train expert.
Joe knows trains. Joe does.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got that.
Yeah.
Harrison knows a lot about Miatas
We all have our thing.
and Quonset Huts.
has a thing.
I'm guessing. I don't know about the ladder, but maybe that.
Yep.
I mean, she has a ladder. That's not what I mean.
Oh, I thought Harrison said she wanted a bus for a long time. I'm like,
What is she?
what?
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's a very big project, Harrison. You have no idea. Jeez and right. you have no
Yeah.
But it
idea.
will be very exciting when it's functional and running.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Clayton's living in it.
I'll be. Yeah, that's gonna be my. Yeah.
Hey, that's 2 birds, 1 stone.
How do I figure out how to fit all of this?
He'll try to produce and drive at the same time. That'll
No.
be fun. That'll be fun to watch. I'm sending you a picture.
Well, I gotta hit the brake here and shift there and click this.
No, it's an
and put it-
automatic.
Oh,
It is an
turn.
automatic. I have to shift.
Oh, good. No
Yeah,
clutch.
They
Good.
they changed that out
Oh.
from the original, but whatever. Okay, I think because well, we are here at this point of the story. We're an hour in, yeah, just slightly less.
Sure.
Can we do our little headline segment and move on with that?
Oh.
Sure.
Huh? What, Marn?
No, nothing. I was.
Well, let's try. Oh, that was Scooby Doo still playing. Terribly sorry. I didn't realize.
I'm like, are there birds in the house now?
No, those would have been bats if that was Scooby Doo.
No,
Well, those were bats.
I know.
they're scary
Don't
birds.
fuck with me about Scooby Doo. I got it.
Is this a? Oh, it's a.
End title credits.
The theme song reprise.
Oh, no, it's just the instrumental version, according to what this says. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do this. And let's try this. Let's see if we can make something technically work right. On this, our Tuesday night for headlines going
late.
into the beginning of hour 2. It's way too late. Well, the voice behind your audiobook may be a serial killer.
Nearly naked man on the highway.
Hockey moms get divorced too.
Florida couple.
Woman swallows engagement ring in her sleep.
New words, kids. We have new words.
You have to survive this campground.
Hair-raising crime.
Cyclist killed in panic to
What a
avoid
rabbit
aggressive bird, and he was in the shower when the bulldozer started demolishing his home.
Oh no!
Oh,
Hope we got conditioner
That
in that
happened
place.
right
Well, we'll find out. All right, kids, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes right here on Q Talk.
I'm here because I burned some bridges at Wendy's.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Educates, syncopates, radio communicates, radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Ladies, gentlemen, all the ships at sea, and everybody in between, because I want to make sure we get everybody included. Hi, it's Q Talk America. It's the beginning of Hour 2, the B Block, on this, a Tuesday night in Studio C. I'm Clayton McKee alongside Kat Carlson, Marty Ryer, and Al Perkins. We make up the cast of the show about every week, sometimes every other week.
Oh, we're all on one screen now.
You're all there.
Oh,
it's
sure. There
two
used to be a
shots,
little
not four.
separation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're not Brady Bunching it anymore.
It's amazing what technology can do.
From the verb to Brady Bunch.
Harrison, before we get to the headlines, Harrison had made a comment in the chat room that she never saw the picture. Well, she wasn't here a couple weeks ago with the bus, so I'm going to show Harrison. Here, Harrison, that's what she looks like right now, Harrison. Just a tiny little bus.
With a big dream.
Right? Oh, our hopes and prayers. That's a 1975 Silver Eagle bus. She's 40 feet long, 20 tons, 11 feet tall, and she's not ready to party yet at all. In case you were wondering. Well, many audiobooks are read by celebrities or even the authors themselves, but it turns out that some actually, over the years, have been voiced by a serial killer. According to a 1987 Los Angeles Times article, Edmund Kemper recorded himself reading hundreds of books for an initiative known as the Blind Project. It was a campaign set up by the prison that houses Kemper in California Medical Facility State Prison. And even though Kemper, a fan of necrophilia, is serving 8, count them.
I mean, really, who's harmed then? Unless he did the killing.
He's
Like,
serving
who really is harmed
8
here?
concurrent life sentences for the murders of 6 female college students. This according to the LA Times story. Blind people are incredibly grateful for him. Among the books Kemper lent his voice to are Flowers in the Attic, The Glass Key, Merlin's Mirror, Petals on the Wind, The Rosemary Murders, and Sphinx and Star Wars. In fact, between 1977 and 87, he spent over 5,000 hours in the recording booth using up an estimated 4 million feet of tape back in the day when we used to record on actual tape. Supporters.
I never heard of this.
Supporters even awarded Kemper a pair of trophies for his help with the program. His response to it was pretty touching as well. He said, quote, "I can't begin to tell you what this has meant to me to be able to do something constructive for someone else, to be
Besides kill
appreciated,
them.
right, to be appreciated by so many people, the good feeling it gives me after what I have done to others." Along with getting his name, the co-ed killer for his brutal slaughters of the 6 women, Kemper is also responsible for the murders of his mother, her friend, and his paternal grandparents. Recently, he was portrayed in the Netflix series Mindhunter. Now, just to get a glimpse of what this is like, this is an audio. This is the beginning of the. This is the beginning of Flowers in the Attic. Him doing the audio on this. So this is a little bit of a trip.
Chapter 1. Goodbye, Daddy.
No.
Have y'all not read Flowers in the Attic?
Truly, when I was very young, way back in the 50s, I believed all of life would be like one long and perfect summer day. After all, it did start out that way. There's not much I can say about
I'm
our
hoping the
earliest
audio is
childhood,
better
except
when you
that it was
listen to
very
it
good.
directly, but
And for that, I should be everlastingly grateful.
isn't that just kind of
We weren't rich,
little interesting?
we weren't poor.
Yeah.
If we lacked some necessities.
But at least he's in prison doing something good for blind people. They can listen to the story, regardless of what he
And
did.
the guy that plays him on Mindhunter has a very, like a very nice speaking voice.
Oh,
So that's
calm.
something they obviously knew about from listening to like all the recordings of his interviews. That he does have a very like calming,
yeah.
a very easy to listen to voice because you know he's
How
not
he
currently
lured
killing
people.
Would you like to see my puppies in
and
the car?
Right.
he's like 6'10" or
girl.
something like that. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
no, he's a giant man.
Oh,
I
no
didn't
idea.
know that.
Yeah, and he's all up the first season finale of Mindhunter is made even more spectacular by his
I
presence.
feel like I tried to watch that and I
Spectacular.
was not excited about it.
Oh no, that
I feel like it drug for me.
Oh really? Oh, I found
Yeah.
it fascinating. I mean, the book. I told you the book was terrible.
Yeah.
But
I feel like the series didn't catch my interest either.
was the lady on it yet? Because once the lady comes in and introduces,
Oh, that probably
like,
would have helped, sure.
no, but she introduces some like the psychology of what they're going for
Right.
a little bit better.
I might have to look
You
that
know,
up.
it's all kind of like ethereal till she comes in and puts some like
Like concrete
what
shit
we're
to
looking
it. Right.
for. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mindhunter.
Very short attention span. What are we doing?
Well,
Your turn. Your
it's your
turn.
turn.
Oh, hey!
You go.
Deputies arrested a nearly naked man on Thursday after a bizarre rampage in which he allegedly broke in, vandalized a Newhall church, and ran onto the I-5.
Whoa!
Like you do.
Like
Just
you
a
did.
Thursday.
Just a
Or
third.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, just a Thursday. The incident began around 9 a.m. It's a great time to be naked.
It is a good time to do things like that.
At the Newhall Church of the Nazarene.
The Nazarene.
Of course.
Sure.
Everything.
When the suspect identified as 48-year-old Kit Kipnis.
Oh.
What a name.
Wow.
Nice
did
name.
he offer himself up in tribute? Am I
Kit
getting the
Kipnis
name
didn't
right?
have any knickers on today.
No knickers.
Well, he was seen on surveillance footage breaking in through a window. The pastor, Josh Johnson, big fan of alliteration in this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, right?
No kidding.
Kit Kipnis and Josh Johnson. Well, Josh said he heard the glass shatter and called 911 when the alarm went off. He said the suspect had used a fire extinguisher and was listening to a radio, of all the things.
Whoa, on the radio.
The intruder, who the pastor said has no ties to the church, then ran onto the I-5 freeway, stripping off most of his clothes in the process. Distract them, you see.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, buck naked for
We'll
Jesus.
never find the naked guy on the 5.
Right? Never gonna find me if I don't
there
have any
probably
clothes
are
on.
others. It's
It's your-
California.
you blend right in, baby. Blend
Well.
right in. It's like camo.
Don't do the HOV lane
Christ,
alone.
Lord, this is heavy.
I told you.
Despite the naked camouflage, a deputy located the suspect on the I-5. A deputy and one lucky passerby detained the suspect at the center
One
median.
lucky passerby.
By the time he was arrested, he had stripped down to nothing but what appeared to be a sports bra as underwear, ranting
Oh.
about the government. That's right.
Then he's not naked. He just looked like everybody else in California.
No. A sports bra as underwear.
Oh,
Picture that a minute.
let me Google that.
Doesn't
Is
quite
that
go well.
Upside
It would have to be.
down. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Big slit in the middle
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Oh.
Easier access. I'm not going to question
That
how a
just
man.
covers
I'm
the
not going to
taint.
question how a man gets a good time.
That covers the taint.
Well, Kit Kipnis now faces multiple charges, including burglary, vandalism,
And chafing.
and
I think that's a concern when
and
you're
an
wearing
awkward draft.
a sports bra as a bottom.
It's not how this works. It's not how any
None
of this
of this works.
So that happened in California. You're welcome.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
They're very busy over there.
Very busy.
They have a lot to do.
Kit Kipnis.
So Joe has made a suggestion for your job applications to put hashtag not a serial killer on there.
For real.
Just gets that question right out of the way. Well, I guess we don't have to ask.
I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. No, I'm gonna. No.
Well, I have sad news. This is just in. Breaking
Right, like,
I'm stunned.
breaking up
do we really
news.
have
I
breaking
need
news?
some gummy bears.
Oh, breaking up news.
Breaking up. I was
I'd throw it at you, but you
no,
might die.
You might get a hernia.
I played softball. I'd be fine.
lesbian.
Cargo shorts. Played softball.
Short nails.
Short nail. Bingo hall fun.
Manly
sad,
haircut.
sad news.
Sad news. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
Alright.
Sad
still crying.
news.
Still crying.
Oh, there's so many green ones
Sad
in here. That
news.
is sad.
Thoughts and prayers are going out to Todd Palin as he files for divorce from former Governor Sarah Palin.
I'm actually proud of him.
He's
In
gay.
the words of my mom, she just did something worse.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
What,
yeah.
what did she finally do that was so bad that after that amount of time he left? I mean, because come on.
You know, it's not a big thing that usually breaks it. It's usually a lot of little things.
Oh, do you think?
I know.
Yeah, because she's got a lot of
They say
I
that
just lost
breaking
my
up
mind
is
over
hard
a
to
bed
do.
frame. today,
brain
so.
a little. Todd Palin appears to have filed for divorce after
pregnant yet?
31 years with Trig.
With Trig.
In a document that was filed, he asked to dissolve the marriage, citing an incompatibility of temperament between the parties, such that they find it impossible to live together as
Bitch be
husband and wife.
crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think it
Yeah.
was. She's a fucking nutbag.
Yeah. Is there a legal way to
Well, how do
say
you
that?
say that? Incompatibility of temperament. The
I'm
divorce.
just gonna, and you can see him in court. I'm just going to play you the Katie Couric interview, and you decide for yourself.
Here's a magazine. for
Yeah.
me. The divorce filings use the initials rather than full names, but it identifies their marriage date and the birth date of, said Trig. And they're going to have joint custody. I would want to steal that baby away. That poor little child with Down syndrome needs to get as far the fuck away from her as possible. Because that's just awful. Anyway, yeah, they couldn't immediately be reached for comment.
Who can,
probably 'cause
ladies and gentlemen?
she just doesn't know how to talk to people. But
She has disappeared. Like, was she gunning
really
for
has.
Trump?
Palin?
oh yeah, she was.
Was she?
Yeah, she went out and then she made.
Because
an
how
ass-
is she not like Secretary of State?
Or
Because how
interior. Interior.
In
Actually-
interior, I mean, really, yeah.
Well, had they not found Betsy DeVos, I think they probably would have put her in for education.
And she would
Well,
have
she's
been
a
better.
great choice. Yeah, great
Which
choice.
is really
She,
sad.
but she would honestly.
You're
would,
probably right.
no
yeah.
one's going to be worse.
Not worse than DeVos, right?
But I
but
really-
she stumped for Trump, and oddly, you're going to be shocked at this, but made an ass out of herself at one of the rallies, and then basically he was like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, so how bad is it? When
How
you
bad?
don't even
Yeah.
want Sarah
When
Palin
you're the
there?
crazy one at the rally.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, I was the crazy one at the Trump rally last night.
Yeah.
I won.
Oops. Yeah.
I
Yeah. She won. She won that
I
get the
won.
fuck off the stage award.
Because I had forgotten about her till 2 weeks ago. Or
Lucky
breaking
you.
news 2 minutes ago.
Great job.
And then B, I was like, how is she not part of that? Like, of all the losers,
train, right.
yeah. Because I knew Chris Christie was because he put Jared
Right.
Kushner's
the
father in prison,
Mhm.
so he wasn't getting on the crazy train.
God damn.
No, but almost did.
Yeah, okay.
Tried real hard.
Yeah.
I
tried real
do
hard.
now vaguely remember the breakdown. I
Gave
do,
a lot of hand jobs to get on that train
Yeah.
and just missed
He
it.
just had little tiny hands. They smell like
giving
heaven.
hand jobs for crack. So Florida couple.
Speaking of hand jobs for crack,
All kinds of mischief
Ah.
in Florida. They were arrested for a DUI. Wait. A Florida couple arrested for DUI has aroused attention for what they allegedly did while in the police car waiting to go to jail. 2 crimes, one evening.
oh,
You're right
is
in
the
it.
story.
I'm
it's
so
a tale
sorry.
of two crimes.
Yes.
Oh, she did call them trumpeters. On Friday night of possibly last Friday. What is our dateline? Dateline. Oh, yes, this is current.
Oh,
So
look at us.
just this past Friday, Nassau County Sheriff's Deputy Mark Hunter pulled over 2 cyclists who were riding around with without their lights on and had almost been hit by a vehicle.
Goodness.
The officer said both suspects,
2 times.
later defined as 35-year-old Megan Mondanaro and 31-year-old Aaron Thomas, and both lookers, I gotta tell you.
I bet. Real cute.
Smelled of alcohol and had bloodshot, watery eyes and slurred speech. Hunter said that after Thomas failed some field sobriety tests, side note, you cannot get arrested for riding your bike while drunk in Arizona. So everybody
Correct.
settle the fuck
We've
down.
checked.
This is a Florida story.
You
Tom-
can on a horse, though.
Yeah.
Some states you can because
I am not going to
that's
ride a
true.
horse over here.
Just letting you know. I always wondered where you put the
I
breathalyzer.
super
if you
would
got
ride a
caught.
horse over
Yeah,
here if I had
exactly.
a horse.
Up the horse's ass. 2 jobs.
Blow on
Okay.
us, you know.
Yeah, blow on that. Thomas failed some field sobriety tests and declined to do others. He was arrested. Mondanaro was also taken to custody after she declined to take the tests. Although both were then handcuffed in the back of Hunter's police car, they apparently did not let that minor detail stop them from appreciating the romance of the moment.
Yes. I knew
According
it.
to the police
Wait,
report-
doing it in a police car is a crime?
Yeah,
That's
Hunter was
bullshit.
outside of the car when both Thomas
That's
and Mondanaro
bullshit.
took their clothes off and started to have sex. I mean, we were just going down on each other. No. They got their clothes off, handcuffed. I'm thinking handcuff experts. Not their first time
Oh, I see.
cuffed. Probably have a set at home. Some of them fur-lined.
I mean, who doesn't?
There you have
The
it.
officer said that when he opened the door to stop them, Thomas was naked and Montanaro had her sports bra down,
Oh!
where her vaginal area was visible.
Oh.
I also observed
That's
that
not
her
where
real
sports
bra.
bras go.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm just
not
kidding.
where-
I added that.
What did you add?
Sports bra.
Oh, sports bra.
I'm like, wait,
Editorial
that's not
note.
where sports bras go.
Not a second story about abnormally worn
Well,
sports
either
bras.
they're doing it wrong or I've been doing it wrong for a long, long time.
But
I
her
was
real bra was
excited.
halfway off and her breasts were fully visible.
Atta
So
girl.
I'm thinking the bra's off. Because if it's not covering your titties, then what's the bra doing? You're wearing
Holding them
a
up
really
sometimes.
high belt. Yeah, true.
Pull them right out.
Holding them down while you jog. I mean, isn't that the whole reason for it?
Yeah, but the bra's off. If you can see the titties, it's not holding
Well, the
anything
sports
down.
bra was an ad lib, so it might just be,
Yeah.
run-of-the-mill underwire over there.
Yeah.
I saw the picture of
In
this
which
woman.
case, it could stay completely in place and still titties out.
So our crimes continue. After Hunter,
Oh, my God.
after
No!
Hunter removed a naked Thomas from the car, he knocked the deputy to the ground and he ran away, pants at the ankles.
Okay, that's a
I
crime.
want
There's
to
a
know how he
crime.
ran.
Are you ready? Right.
Yeah.
But guess how far he made it? To the
He ran
Cold
so far
Stone
away.
Creamery.
Shut up.
Meanwhile, back at the squad car, Mondanaro became violent and
Megan
started kicking
Mondanaro.
at another deputy because she was about to get laid. She was forced to the ground and suffered abrasions on her face. Oh, that explains the picture.
I'm going to pull the picture up here in just a second.
Great job.
Thomas was
We're
charged with
counting
a
on
threat
you.
against a public official, committing an unnatural and lascivious act, and exposing sex organs, and a DUI. I think they're gonna
It's
plea
a
bargain their way
very
out of that
natural
one.
act. God damn it.
Mondanaro
Sports
remains
bras and all.
behind bars in lieu of $12,508.
Random number.
Okay,
56
you know
cents.
what? 12,000. She needs $500 for her kids. 12,500. I need $8 for lunch. $12,508.
Now let's cut to a lovely mugshot of these
Oh, I
two.
wanna see a picture. I wanna
Here we go. Now her face clearly
Oh.
got fucked up based on the
It was not during the intercourse or the
No.
drunk peddling.
No.
No,
Poor
no.
Megan.
Also,
the
is
police
he
did that to
Spock?
her.
This was just getting her bra on that happened to her face.
well, it
Over
was
the
a wi-
shoulder
it was
boulder
a it was a
holder.
Yeah.
wire.
Lest
But-
that be a warning to all of you.
But to her left is a man that can run all the way to a Cold Stone Creamery
Yeah, with his pants on his
with
ankles.
his pants on his ankles.
Damn near shackled, if you will. Denim shackles.
Hobbled is how it's described in Misery. Oh, and they weren't going for a blowjob. They were going for full-on penetrative sex.
Yep. The kind
that-
that
Good
makes
on ya.
babies.
Yeah.
Right.
The kind of,
Or the kind that doesn't.
I mean, no, I mean,
I mean,
I
She
hope
probably
not.
could have turned over.
I hope not.
well, they
If you don't have a condom, you know
would
what
have
I
been
mean?
easier that way,
Use
too.
the back door.
Right. Well, because when you can't get your shoes off or your pants off, it's just easier that
We
way.
don't know about their child, their family planning.
we don't.
Oh Lord.
She could have an IUD. You don't know.
You know.
So
know, her
many.
life.
So
They might have gone all Catholic bingo and pulled out at the last second. I'm going to tie in every story.
I like it.
all right.
I like it.
Well, let's tie in this story.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Do you imagine driving the squad car and hearing that from behind you? God damn it! Keep your pants on, Kathleen.
Megan,
Kelly!
you should get your shit together. Are you waiting on us?
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to think of any other double
How did we get
entendre
here?
I
Yeah.
could do. That's what I'm trying to get
Just
to.
trying to think of how I got here. How many broken roads led me here?
Well,
Listen,
if-
Rascal Flats.
Yeah.
as if you didn't need any more reasons not to go to bed on an empty stomach.
We sure
Here's
don't.
one. A California woman who dreamed of swallowing her engagement ring says she woke up to discover that she actually had done it, leaving her in need of an emergency medical procedure to extract the sparkling morsel. Jenna Evans of San Diego was sleepwalking on Tuesday night when she said that she swallowed her 2.4 carat diamond ring after dreaming that she was on a high-speed train and the only way to protect her ring from the approaching bad guys was to swallow it.
That's just smart thinking right
It
there.
Says, quote, so
Good planning.
I popped that sucker off, put it in my mouth, and swallowed it with a glass of water, Evans wrote in a now viral Facebook post that detailed the bizarre incident.
girl.
She said she started to come to realize what she was doing, but then I assumed this too was part of the dream because who actually swallows their engagement ring anyway? So I went back
Someone
to
who's
sleep.
not happy about their marriage.
She says, I've had a lot of strange dreams. Evans told NBC7 out of San Diego of her late night swallowing act, which is really not how you should word that.
Yeah.
She added that she has a history of sleepwalking and even doing laundry in her sleep, though she said she's never eaten anything in her sleep until now. When
Has
she
she
woke
done
up,
other swallowing,
when
though?
she woke up,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Nighttime,
just move right
nighttime
on.
swallowing's not new.
She has no sports bra.
I ain't getting pregnant.
When she woke up the next morning, Evans said she
Bingo.
noticed when she woke up the next morning, her engagement ring was missing.
Oh, but is it?
She
We know where it is.
She first alerted her fiance, Bobby, who appeared skeptical. Says, I don't think he believed me right away. We laughed pretty hard for about an hour, then called her mother and
Bobby's
laughed,
been taking advantage of this situation more than
and
once.
then
You know
laughed
that,
until
right?
that they were crying. They went to the urgent care and got an x-ray of her stomach and confirmed that, boom,
Bingo, bingo.
there's the ring in her gut.
Oh my God.
We're gonna know how much he spent on the ring by how much her asshole hurts when that comes out.
Right?
Well, now a
Quite the scale.
gastroenterologist who advised that she have an emergency upper endoscopy performed to retrieve it, opposed to relying on the natural way of expelling the ring. She
Lots of fiber. Lots
she
of fiber.
she got it extracted. They
Bulk
got the
that up.
They got the ring out.
Putting a claw down in there, it's like the claw game.
Oh yeah.
She says she got the
I
claw
was
game.
going for the one-eyed toddler, and this is what I got.
She says, quote, I was really happy because I don't know if I can look at it and appreciate it the same way if I had to have searched
I
for
hadn't
it
half
later.
digested it.
She told San Diego's WAVY TV that the old number 2 method of retrieval was not something I was looking forward
Yeah.
to.
Nobody wants to poop in that hat.
Oh, my heaven's sakes alive. She just swallowed her whole fucking ring there.
That's a lot.
There you go.
That's a lot. You know what else is a lot?
What, Cat?
How many new words we've added to the dictionary this year. That's right. New words are a happy fact of life for a living language like English. And taking careful stock of the words that we use is an important part of the work of dictionary editors. So they tell themselves.
Sounds like a job for Buddy Early.
For real.
Exactly,
Why
Jeff.
isn't he a dictionary editor? Buddy, what are you doing with your life? Get it together.
Remember, not a serial killer. Put that on your
Hashtag
resume.
not a serial killer. Words can come and go in a language, but those that show staying power and increasing use need to be recorded and described. In other words, they need definitions.
Yes.
So here they are in a latest batch of updates, which includes 533 new words. We're not going to talk about all
God, this
533.
segment's gonna be long.
Settle the fuck down.
How many are we going to do?
I don't know.
10? Can
Like-
we do the top 10?
15, whatever they showed me right
Oh,
now.
okay.
We're going to read this article.
Wow. Oh,
That's what we're
all of a
gonna
sudden
do.
now we're going to get serious about a story. Okay. I'm going to drink more coffee. Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. We will see a cross-section of newly established vocabulary ranging from the serious to the playful, much like this show.
By the way, next week will be all, what is it called? Unibra? Sports bra. We'll do a sports bra edition of the show next
Oh
week.
boy.
Anybody need to borrow one? I have plenty. Can loan them out for tops and bottoms. Fine.
Oh, God. Wow.
New words from politics and law added to the dictionary.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Deep state. Not a euphemism. It's an alleged secret governmental network operating extra-legally. Say that again.
Ooh, extra legally.
It may feel as though the term has been around since the time when men wore fedoras in Washington, but current evidence dates it only to the dawn of the current century.
Yeah.
Yep. Red flag law is a law allowing courts to prevent people who show signs of being a danger to themselves or others from having access to firearms.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Only been used since 2015, and its synonym, extreme risk law, dates to 2017.
I have not heard that one.
Now, playfulness, we know, is a part of language. Oh, yeah, it's our favorite part of language, and some of the informal words in this batch include inventive truncations or shortenings, recombinations.
Shipping.
Recombination.
Ship it right.
Oh, did I get it?
No, but I love shipping. I learned about shipping this year, and I was like, what?
Oh,
I
thought
grilled my kid for like an hour until I understood shipping, because I was like, what the fuck are you people doing?
Bennifer.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
Understood.
Bennifer.
Yeah.
Shipping.
Oh,
you
that-
ship them. You make them one
It's
name.
it's the imaginary relationshiping, or sometimes the
I've
real
never heard
like
it
online
called.
relationship.
I never heard that word, but I've heard the benefers and the.
Yeah, you're shipping them.
Yeah. So there's a.
All right.
We'll Google it
Sorry.
later.
All right.
Well, added to the dictionary are vacay,
Oh, that's
Vacation.
sad. That's
Sure.
sad.
sesh,
Oh,
No.
shortening of session.
Oh, this is just people that are too lazy to pronounce a whole goddamn word. Katie June's birthday's
Yeah.
tomorrow. This will be your present.
Yeah, exactly.
We've made
You're
words.
100% right on
Right.
that.
Inspo,
Totes.
Not inspiration.
Inspiration.
Jesus Christ.
Totes adorbs.
Totes the drugs.
fabulosity,
Oh, that's. I'll give that. It's
I've
longer.
used
That's
that
a nice
one.
word.
I've used that one.
fabulous quality, state, or nature. A fatberg.
Oh.
We did stories about this.
We did the Fatberg story.
A large mass of fat and solid waste that collects in a sewer system.
Or,
Oh.
or in a studio.
Or
It was 2 bowls
You
of nuts.
shall
2
not
bowls of nuts.
talk about us that way.
2 bowls.
Don't
of
talk
nuts.
about me like I'm not here.
And a couple of liquefied gummy bears.
Sugar-free, please.
Those poor gummy
They're
bears.
only heavier because
Up next,
they're water.
new words from games and sports.
Oh,
Pickleball is apparently a newly
that's true.
popular court sport played with short-handled paddles
Right.
and a perforated plastic ball.
oh, yeah. They
It's a
played
big
in
deal
Venice
in
Beach.
Minnesota.
And they played in Venice Beach. I was like, what-
Escape room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a game in which people
Escape a room.
Right.
Yeah. That's that felt.
Self-explanatory.
That guy-
right?
right.
And free solo,
Oh,
a
yeah.
climb in which a rock climber uses no artificial aids for support and has no rope or other safety equipment for protection. Synonym suicide.
I was gonna say. I hope they have beneficiaries all listed.
On a more serious note, several new entries are for words that address complex ways we view ourselves and others and how we all fit in. For example, they has been expanded to include the sense used to refer to a single person whose gender identity is non-binary.
Oh, well done.
We've added. Inclusive, a new sense has been added that is defined as allowing and accommodating people who have historically been excluded as because of their race, gender, sexuality, or ability. And colorism, which is defined as a prejudice or discrimination, especially within a racial or ethnic group favoring people with lighter skin over those with darker skin.
Oh, but it was covered on Blackish
It
last
was covered
year.
on Blackish.
Last year, the year before. It was a very
Oh, yeah.
interesting
Ah.
episode.
New words from pop culture, and I can't believe this one's on the list as a new word. It's the Bechdel test.
Oh, yep. Rachel Bechdel.
Refers to a set of criteria used to evaluate a movie or other work of fiction on the basis of its inclusion and representation of female characters. The test obviously has to do with female characters talking to each other about something other than a man.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how few movies
Pass
pass
the
this
test.
test.
It's like
And,
7.
And there's like movies written and directed by women that don't pass the test because there's just that ingrained thing that they have to do this. The movie needs to be about a man. You know what
I don't
show
know why.
passes that test constantly? Broad City.
Yes.
They just talk about each other.
Everything. Right. They talk about themselves constantly. All right. The end.
That's good.
No,
Thanks,
good,
I tried.
thank you.
Should this list leave you hungry for more words, keep this in mind. If you eat the dictionary, you may get the sorest throat you've ever had. There it is.
Nicely
Now
done.
Marnie's happy.
Nicely done. I am actually thrilled by that. That's
Oh.
fantastic. Well, I want to tell you something that's a little scary.
Ooh,
Something a little bit scary. So coming up for Halloween, if you like to have a good scare,
I don't.
read Al sitting on a
Yeah.
table in
She
front
does.
of, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to try and survive Jason with your friends at this campground in Arizona. So this is I don't know, new, old, whatever. If we made a list of horror movie villains that absolutely terrify us, Jason would be at the top, they say. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I get it. Jason.
Yeah.
The machete-wielding superhuman.
But remember,
weakness
the
is
first killer,
water.
it's not Jason that's the killer.
It's the mom.
It's the mom.
That's right.
Oh,
But
spoiler
how?
alert.
Oh, for God's sake! Why did we let that cat out of the bag? This month. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The machete-wielding superhuman's weakness, though, is water. But how would you survive Jason in the desert where there's no water around? This month, you and your friends.
Wait, what
will
is he,
have to
like the Wicked
try
Witch?
Yeah.
And survive Jason in this live action. It's a live action survival game.
Nope.
Throughout the year, a place called On Pins and Needles, which is just their name is, I think, fantastic, hosts terrifying F-13 Survive Jason nights. This event requires you to solve puzzles to try and find a way to escape the nightmare that is Jason. Usually, you can expect 2 events each month throughout the year. So, Al, put these on your calendar. The upcoming events are September 28th, October 5th, October 19th, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Rats, I'm busy all those days.
Rats. During each event, you can expect 3 25-minute games held throughout the night. In each game, there will be 8 players that can team up against Jason, or you can try surviving solo. That's like the stupid bitch that runs out and then falls down.
Yeah.
The one who's trying to survive solo. Although each game doesn't start right away, you and your friends can enjoy the pregame campfire cookout. $25. I don't think it includes a meal. I don't
Yeah.
think that's bad
I'm
for an interesting night of shitting in your shorts. Each event is held at different locations throughout the year. So
Shitting
they
in
have
your shorts.
well, I don't know.
Or
Some-
your sports bra worn
some-
upside down.
however,
I don't know how you live your life.
I don't know. I think it.
Freely.
Freely, yeah.
So tickets do sell out fast. But I
Dealer's
just thought that
choice.
was kind of an exciting.
Yeah, send me that link.
You know,
I'll go.
The
So-
campground is usually located around Flagstaff or Prescott. And if you want to prepare for the pregame, just show up about 30 minutes early. So I would never get the meal, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's in Cordis Lakes.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
and
this
they,
is a you can see the campfire in the background there.
Yep.
I believe that's what that is, unless she's holding a flame.
It's a
Ghost.
And then I guess this is next to the cabin where that all starts.
It's just a weekend haunted house. I love
guess,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Tis
you're
the
living
season.
there, and yeah, isn't that fun?
I go on the haunted house tours of various cities. I just
Yeah.
love a good scare.
You might- I-
No.
Good for you.
Right. I just think, like that could be. I'd want to play Jason. I want to be the scarer.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
That would be fine with me. Because then at least I know. Like,
I feel like you're just a little short.
well, you don't
She's
know.
still terrifying.
Wow.
Fair point.
Editorial note.
Well made.
Opinions expressed by the cast
Thank
of
you,
the
sir.
show.
Belongs
Don't
to the cast of the
necessarily-
show.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Maybe a kick to the nuts to the other members of the show. All right.
Fair point. Thanks.
Oh.
Sycamore Cabin. We should go there. I like it.
It sounds like fun. $80,000 worth of wigs stolen from South Florida warehouse.
What are we gonna do?
Police in South Florida say thieves stole up to, we're not sure,
Up to and including.
$80,000 in merchandise from a wig warehouse. The owner of Prime Trading Hair and Wigs, seriously, told detectives that he was notified overnight Tuesday that the alarm at the warehouse had been triggered.
Oh,
So was
God.
I. So was I said. I've been triggered.
Wow.
Rakib, can't pronounce his last name,
European.
told the television station that some of the products are worth up to $800 each. What kind of wig? This is real human hair.
Lace
The
front.
same man says thieves appeared to know what they were going, what they were doing, and were in the warehouse for no more than 5 minutes. I got shit in my mouth right now.
Some serious
I
wig
was
snatching
wondering
right there.
what happened over there.
Video surveillance hit this button and made this change stories. Video surveillance shows a truck backing up and ramming the warehouse front door 3 times. The owner says he is
Something wrong with
insured
you.
for losses. I'm sorry, but in 4 minutes, we're gonna go steal some wigs.
Well, they knew it.
Oh, come on. How many wigs do you think you could snatch and put in that truck in 4 minutes? A lot.
A lot, but who am I selling them to? I've been trying to sell those wigs. You know what you need? Okay. Personal experience.
You're dumb.
What?
You know what you need to have? Not wigs. Wigs you can get anywhere. Wig heads, pricey, hard to find.
Did not realize.
Yeah,
True.
they're always a problem to find wig heads.
Did not know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if Suzanne Target and Victoria London were sitting there, they would just say, "Give me a can of tomato juice."
Because I've tried to sell my wig,
That's what they told
and
me one day,
almost
and I'm
everyone
like,
has said,
"What?"
"I'll buy this wig head." Like I'll take a picture, they'll be like, "But I'll buy the wig head."
That's so interesting because there's a ton of them listed on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, because I mean,
$20, $20.
$20
For a wig for
for a wig
wig
some
head.
head.
Yeah,
Well, $20 is $20,
Yeah.
Oh,
ladies
fair
and gentlemen.
point. Fair point.
That feels like a decent price.
I think we've decided a long time ago that $20 for a head is fair.
Is that just single?
There's
for
also
a
a
single?
high-end wig liquidation going on right now.
Oh,
Oh.
is that what happened to the gummies? They got.
Oh,
Everything
that's
Must Go
liquefied.
upscale high-end wig boutique in Scottsdale relocated to North Phoenix.
Recently rammed by a truck.
Yeah.
700 pieces from wigs, toppers, crowns, wiglets, ponytails, hair buns,
Wiglets.
and the list goes on.
What the
Oh,
hell's a wiglet?
Book your appointment today or direct message for details.
that Facebook
Somebody
marketplace.
Google Wiglet because I'm
I
afraid.
love Facebook
I am
Marketplace.
too.
Wiglet. He was the little pig.
Yeah, I know.
It was the cousin.
What day is it, Pooh?
Yeah.
He was
The
Wiglet
day
is
we
a-
burned this
Wiglet is
motherfucker.
Scrappy
Wiglet's
Doo of
cousin.
Pooh Land.
Wiglets.
Let me at him. Let me at him, Uncle Scooby.
Scrappy Doo.
Spell down,
The
Scrappy.
mostly
Scrappy-Doo.
retarded nephew of Scooby Doo. It's a cartoon. It doesn't.
NPR fact checking
Wow,
says
that
it's true.
accelerated quickly.
Sit down.
And we're done.
Wow. Oh, wow. It said, that's what made us go loser right there. That's the one.
I like it when it sneaks up on her.
I liked that it fell out of his mouth and he was so, don't even look at me. It's a cartoon.
Don't talk to
It's
me.
a cartoon. Oh my God.
That was very
It's a
quick.
goddamn cartoon.
Oh, that was
And of
very
course, they brought
funny.
Scrappy in, just like a regular TV series. They brought in the new character to revive ratings. Because just
Oh,
like,
and that worked.
oh, yeah.
Did we learn nothing from Cousin Oliver? No.
No,
We did not.
We did not. Oh
Nothing
my
explain
God.
Cousin Oliver if you know what you don't. You
I
know what I mean?
love Cousin Oliver.
You know, I forgot.
Of course you,
You know what
do.
I-
Of course.
You know what I forgot to mention in the segment in the first hour of what you've been up to? I was called an asshole today on Twitter.
Oh,
Good for you.
Just once?
that's exciting.
Yeah,
Just
it was a
today?
low day.
He was a low day. Yeah.
No,
Would you like me to do it again to up your rating?
when Lewandowski was doing his testifying, like when he first started, I just tweeted out that he was a tool and an asshole,
Yeah.
and this woman fired back within seconds, "You're an asshole." So I did a screenshot of her little profile where it says that she believes in God and faith, and she's a wife, and she's an educator. So I
Okay.
screenshotted that and sent it right back to her, and I said, Shelley, I said, you're really not espousing the Christian values
That's right.
that you should be. I
You
said,
need to be more
so-
Christ-like,
so-
you cunt.
Yeah.
So several hours, I didn't swear at all to her, not at all.
Oh, I would.
So then I sent that, and then a few hours later, I got a message from her that says, because my profile jokingly says that I'm a megastar, and she says, well, you're a megastar, why haven't I heard back from you? And I was thinking I was going to respond like Bette Midler did, well, we pray at different bathhouses. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Very
But
nice.
then I
Yeah.
found out she blocked me.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
So I took a screenshot
I
of that.
say to you,
The blocking,
sir.
and I put it right next to the one where it says she's a Jesus follower, wife, and educator. And I made sure to include her Twitter handle on it, and I posted it. So if people want to reach out to her, they are certainly welcome to do so on their
That's
own accord.
fantastic.
See how many people we can get blocked from her.
That is fantastic.
Well, a cyclist was killed in Australia on Sunday when he crashed his bike trying to get away from an aggressive bird. Now, in fairness, the 76-year-old man was riding his bike in Nicholson Park on Wollongong, south of Sydney, where he veered off the path to avoid a swooping magpie bird, this according to the Wollongong police. He crashed into a fence post, was thrown to the ground, and suffered serious head injuries. The man was airlifted to Sydney's St. George Hospital, where unfortunately he passed away that evening. Magpie swooping season occurs each year across the country in September and October when the bird breeds during Australia's springtime. This year, the season started early after a warm winter, according to CNN affiliate 7 News. The territorial birds begin breeding in August and often swoop to protect their young from perceived threats. To ward off the birds, pedestrians have taken to carrying large sticks, and bike riders wear helmets with a dozen zip ties positioned just so they stick up in the air to ward them off. The magpies, just over a foot in length, can cause quite a bit of damage with their sharp beak. Last year, a toddler in Perth narrowly avoided being blinded by a magpie after it swooped down and attacked his face as he sat in a stroller.
Was he ugly?
I don't know that. So far this year, there have been 1,570. Is that the justification?
Yeah.
Is he an unattractive child?
I don't know that.
A falsetto child. Was he a falsetto child?
Did he deserve it? Did he
I
have a
think
comment?
we should get back
Now
to
here's a
the
picture of a
don't know.
magpie bird with their pointed beak like that. Like they
Fuck
could just
those
come at you
magpies.
like a lawn dart.
This bitch.
They could just come right at you.
fucking magpies.
So far this year, there have been 1,570 swoopings nationwide, resulting in 189 injuries.
drive-by swooping.
This, according to the community-run Magpie Alert website. Last season, there were more than 3,000 reported swoopings.
Oh my God, we're only in September.
I know.
Swoopings are out of control.
Crazy. There's that.
Unacceptable.
Ms. Carlson.
I have to have
We're
another
done.
story.
I don't know.
You've been doing this like 9
you
years.
sent me something,
Well,
didn't
that's
you?
for later.
Oh, that's for later.
I got segments upon segments
don't
to
know
build
what
here.
you
Clayton
got.
McKee.
There is so
All
much.
right, then I'll read my
move
final
on.
story.
I'm a
Yes.
key part of this entire
Yes.
operation.
Wow, that's good to know.
Oh.
You're welcome. Read a story. What do you got to say now?
Oh my God,
Magpie.
Merkin.
Yeah.
Magpie McKee.
Don't need the. Oh, it's deputy. I'm terribly sorry.
Deputy
That's right.
Magpie McKee.
Deputy Magpie. Wait a minute. No. I have to do this right quick. Boom, boom. Let me get back to my story. In Spring Hill, Tennessee, a homeowner wearing only a towel rushed into his yard to stop a bulldozer that crashed into his home while he was showering. The man named Taylor Parker told TV station WTVF he was alone in his house on Wednesday morning except for the dog and was in the shower when he heard what seemed like an earthquake. He says, quote, "You can't fathom that somebody just went through your house and it doesn't seem real," Parker said. The house was shaking for a good 20 to 25 seconds. He says, "I got my towel on and ran out the front door and all I see is a big bulldozer tearing up my yard and went through the house. I flagged the guy to stop. I jumped in front and basically yanked him out of the bulldozer. I said, 'You just put a hole through my house.' And he said, 'I didn't hit your house.'" I'd love to see pictures of that. The driver tried to convince Parker that the damage to his house had been done by a falling tree. Then he got back on the bulldozer and started driving toward Parker's backyard. The bulldozer driver apparently was supposed to be doing work at another home several lots away when the police arrived. He reportedly gave several explanations as to how he ended up at Parker's house, but none of them were consistent. This, according to Police Chief Justin Whitwell, who told this story to the Spring Hill home page. I'm going to guess booze may have been a factor
maybe a little liquor.
down there in the old Spring
If
Hill.
done correctly, yes.
A little bit of hooch.
The Spring Hill, Tennessee area is well known for their hooch.
Some devil water.
Oh, look at you.
Some fire water.
Fire water.
Devil water. That,
Oh.
It was a Marty
It was a
Robbins.
lovely song.
Marty Robbins song called Devil Woman.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
She's
It
just
sounded
a
nothing like it.
Devil water.
Mine.
She's gonna get you from behind, which
Yeah,
is
well,
awkward. What's she gonna do back there?
But perhaps
Strap
you're in the
it
back
on.
of a police car.
In the back.
Ah,
There's
there
that.
you go.
You just have to improvise.
A
she's
little,
utilizing her handcuffs appropriately.
a little bit, yes. That we don't.
So I
need
think
to-
we've learned that I should go to dinner before a show because
Why?
You need some cashews?
It's fun. Al, see what you can do with this, would ya?
That was a
we
lot.
had a couple of deaths.
Sad.
Both sad, I think. We're gonna do a little update on the Schmemmies, which just took place, and we have a show returning. We don't have a lot to chit chat about because I haven't left the house. And then some renewals. Yeah, that's about it. Not a lot.
Great job.
We'll waste a lot of time with the Schmemmies because
We're
there
all-
was some fun wins.
We're all counting on you, Al.
There's some fun wins.
Kirsty, who you've got your death in because a lot of people
Yeah.
people are dropping like flies.
They're dull,
out.
yeah, they are.
All right, kids, we'll be back in 2 minutes for the next segment.
Very impressed. Was not embarrassed at all. I thought I would be.
You're listening to Q Talk America. This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
Holy moly, look at the time on the clock on the wall, would ya? It's just a couple of minutes after the top of the hour. We're going to say this is hour 3, though we are not nearly into 3 hours of this show. But that's where we're going to start with that.
Start when we want, end when we want.
It's our own goddamn network. We do what we want. We do as we please here in Phoenix, Arizona, which, by the way, the evenings have turned out lovely.
September 1st, it just cuts off.
We're getting right back into the part of the seasons where we love being here because it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's almost time for 9 months of the rest of the world to hate us.
Right, exactly. And I've already let the roommate know, get ready because that exhaust fan's on, AC is going to be off, and we're going to have fresh air for days. Get ready. Except on Tuesdays, where we'll just make sure we're nice and cool in here in the old studio.
Very nice.
My God. Well, if you've missed the first part of the show, you can listen to it later on our 24/7 repeat.
Congratulations.
Q Talk America. Either way.
Woo, dodged a bullet there.
You're going to want to know a little bit
Really
more
worked
about
out.
sports bras before you listen. But in the meantime, not wearing a sports bra currently, ladies and gentlemen,
That we know of.
Clearly.
it's Al Perkins.
They're hitting the table.
You need full support.
You're a woman.
He
of a
might be
certain
wearing one of
age.
his bottoms. You don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought the balls would fall first. Nope, it was the boobs.
Good night, Harrison.
Yeah, well.
Come, honey.
So the Schmemmies were on, as Kathy Griffith famously called them, the Creative Arts Emmys, that they get rid of the 90 categories out of the way before the televised event. And they do their own ceremony, and it takes 2 days. So the Emmys really take place over 3 days. There's so much on television that the Emmys really go on for 3 days. So they take care of a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, a lot of the reality shows, the short forms, the stuff that you probably never heard of. But we will go. We'll just do a couple of highlights. RuPaul won again. I think this is his third for RuPaul's Drag Race for Outstanding Host. Hannah Gadsby, who I think is going to win a Primetime Emmy tomorrow for Nanette, got Outstanding Writing for a Variety Special Use.
Hi, Nero.
Great.
Yes.
You've watched Nanette, right? So, I mean, that was one of the ones where all of my hopes and dreams for the Emmys this year are all the Schmemmy ones. Because I really did need her to win something.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a big deal. A big deal.
Merit in documentary filmmaking. RBG wins finally. Outstanding casting for comedy series Fleabag. I gotta look through these because this is gonna be all of them. Nope, I'm not gonna go with that one.
I'm really glad the Fleabag won. Did you watch it yet?
Yes, all of it.
Good job.
Fantastic. Fleabag. If you have not watched
Phoebe
it,
Waller-Bridge, and she is on fire because there's another. Because she writes on a lot of stuff. It turns out that
she wrote the
that
whole
I'm
first
seeing.
season of Killing Eve.
Yes, and wrote what's the other British one that I watched with? I'll look it up. Wait.
But Olivia
don't wait, but I'll
Olivia
get there.
Colman in Fleabag as the godmother. Nobody has names.
Stepmother.
No, but godmother. They only call her godmother because that's what she was before she became stepmother.
I know.
Oh no, they don't get married to the end, right?
Correct.
So godmother, hot priest. They don't have names.
I know. I love that.
It's hysterical that no one in the cast they only their name is what she and her sister, the only named characters, refer to them as. So it's dad, hot priest, godmother. So it's just funny. It's just a funny show. 12 episodes. There's only supposed to be 6.
Okay.
But they convinced her to do a second season, and she brought
and
back.
I'm so glad they did.
I'm so glad they did. But now we're all like, why is there not more? Like, you can make more of these. Cinematography for a nonfiction program, Free Solo, because it was on National Geographic, has found a way, like RBG, to qualify for the Oscars and the Emmys. What a time to be alive. Directing for a documentary nonfiction, Free Solo again. And if you haven't seen Free Solo, if we haven't talked about it, which I know we have ad nauseum, which is just added to the dictionary, Free Solo is when you climb a rock face without ropes or any safety gear.
Insanity.
Synonym suicide.
I thought suicide, but then what it turns out they do, and maybe this is not for everyone, how all of them do it, but for like El Capitan and Yosemite, where this guy free solos, he first went up with ropes and choreographed. Like he actually plotted out his moves with ropes and did, like actually planned his route. And
Still
then,
doesn't matter.
No,
That's
it doesn't matter.
crazy.
Doesn't matter.
That is crazy.
But it was absolutely fascinating to find out that they do map it out first as to where you're going to stand. So
What
you
if you're
No, you die.
You're in the middle of it. You get a hand cramp
You
or
die.
something
You die.
happens.
They die.
You're
done.
It's just not worth it to me. There's no way.
They're dead.
But then again, I go out with safety steel-toed boots on because I'm not worried. I don't want anything to happen. So I'm all on.
But the
Safety
amount of
first.
free solo climbers that have died is a lot. It's more than that are currently
well,
left.
it is survival of the fittest.
So if you watch, and there's no one fitter than this guy because it's crazy. He
My
does
God.
he does pull-ups with his 2 fingers, his entire body weight. So craziness to watch. And at one point,
Do we know his name?
the
I was gonna say
free
like
solo guy is
I think it's something like
I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But not only does he do the,
Alex Honnold.
that might be it. At one point, one of the cameramen directors is like, I can't watch this. Like, I did not make a movie to watch. I did not decide to be a part of a movie to watch my friend die.
Right.
right.
Like, and
I
it's
can't. Like,
and the one day he chickens out. The one day he wakes up in the morning, he's all set to do it. He gets like a quarter of the way up, and he's like, "Nope, I'm coming down.
Not
I don't
today.
feel it."
Not today, Satan.
No.
So
I can't watch it. There's no fucking way.
documentary went to Leaving Neverland, the story that's becoming more and more controversial. Everyone's taking sides. It's turned into the
It's the Sharks and the Jets all over again.
Oh my God, it really
It's the
is.
McCoys and the Hatfields.
Who do you believe? The Michael Jacksons of the world?
It's the Irish
or
and the
Wade
Italians.
Robson?
Damn it.
So craziness. You were so close on that one.
Sorry.
Good job.
So it looks like there was a tie and everyone won that
I
category.
cannot. And even looking at the pictures of that guy, I can't even show it because gives me vertigo.
So, oh no, the movie, I
Can't.
It was stressful, but so good. Here's the one that I care about. Outstanding music and lyrics in a television series, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes.
And antidepressants are so not a big deal.
Okay.
Rachel Bloom, Adam Schlesinger, and Jack Dolgan for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is over, but Rachel Bloom gets to leave with her Emmy.
Good.
Because even though they're Schmemmies, you still get it. So in case I'm going right past them, but Free Solo is like racking up wins for a movie that already won an Oscar. I just think it's bananas.
It's a crazy town.
Yeah.
There just won another one, and another one, and another one. It's outstanding writing for a nonfiction program. Somehow Anthony Bourdain's been dead for 2 years, but he's still winning Emmys. That show just keeps going.
Way to go, Tony.
Oh, yeah, see what
We're
you
getting
did.
there. And this is a lot of scrolling, and I apologize in advance. So a couple of the ones that I know are coming up that I love the win for was costumes for a series, was The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for We're Going to the Catskills.
Very nice.
Because bananas.
Wonderful.
But
Yes.
the costumes in that were just out of control, and they take over the living room. When they decide what they're
Oh
going
my
to
God,
pack
when they
to
roll
go
it
to
all
the
out there
Catskills,
on
they have
racks.
it on racks like they're at a store, and they fill up the living room with all of the mother and daughter's clothes.
So good.
Okay.
So they can see everything to decide what to pack to go to the Catskills.
Ah.
It's so crazy. We're gonna get to more winners here soon.
Makes a lot of sense, that Dirty Dancing scene when they get out of the car and the sister's like, "Oh my God, I should have brought the coral shoes."
Yeah.
Makes all the sense.
And all of a sudden you're all caught up. You're like, oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I get it now. Yep. That's what happens.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So
I want to be wealthy and Jewish in the 50s. That's my next life. It's true. So that I can go to the Catskills for the summer.
All right.
That's what I want in my life.
some of these we know the winner for.
Kennedy
they don't
is still alive.
They didn't update Sundays. That's what's wrong.
Well, and
Damn them.
unfortunately,
So once again, Seth MacFarlane won for outstanding character voiceover performance. He wins all the time. Outstanding choreography went to World of Dance. That's sad that they didn't do this.
You didn't talk about Mr. Kimmel. Yes? No?
What
Is
about
that part of that or no?
What about Mr. Kimmel?
That he was
Of the Jimmy variety?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was given an Emmy along with wow, that's fantastic. Well, we're moving on up when they did
Oh
that.
yeah. So they won.
Sorry.
Oh, for bringing.
They
the-
won.
Yes.
Norman Lear became the
Norman Lear,
Norman
thank
Lear
you,
became
thank
the
you.
oldest Emmy winner, and like I said, they didn't update Sundays. I don't
Oh.
have Sundays updates.
Jill Kimmel had something on her Facebook about it, and
okay.
I just thought how exciting that
Because it was Jimmy Kimmel's idea to bring
Yeah.
that back and got
Yeah,
Norman
so
Lear
they
to do
both
the
got,
All in the Family and the Jeffersons live
Yeah.
on ABC.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, Randy Rainbow did not win an Emmy. He was
I thought he
was
did.
beat.
No, thoughts and
No.
prayers.
He was
Thoughts
beat
and
out by
prayers.
I forget who it was that beat him, but Stephen Sondheim called him
Oh,
and said, "When you're there, just kiss everybody's ass."
and you'll win. You'll win eventually.
Yeah, eventually you'll get there.
I
So
wonder who. I'll have to look that up.
the main Shmemmy that I wanted to win did win, and that was the Night King. That was the one award
Game
I
of
care about
Thrones.
this year. Game of Thrones, the Night King.
I don't remember you saying anything about that.
Some of the most beautiful music ever written for a TV show. Now, if you remember, ER would cheat, and at the end of every episode, they would do the no dialogue montage set to a popular sad song of the day to make you feel something.
Yeah.
It's effective. It's actually more expensive to use someone else's song than to write your own, than to hire someone to write the music. But it's very manipulative, and it's very Spielberg-y. Like, no, I need you to work a little harder. I disagree. So, like, Lost had Michael Giacchino, who is one of the greatest people, but any of those scenes in Lost were scored. It was actual dramatic scoring where someone sat with an orchestra, watched a screen, and scored appropriately, wrote original music to go with the action on screen, and made it come to life. And Michael Giacchino in Lost, sometimes you'd be so caught up in an episode of Lost, you'd be like, that is the most beautiful song I've ever heard. You'd be like, it's a goddamn original song. Like, he sat there and watched it like the Newman family, all of the Alfreds, the Thomas, the Randy Newmans. They're all related. They all have Oscars.
It's fucking Newmans.
But
Newman.
so this gentleman, whose name I was trying to find to do him justice because I'm such a fan. So we're gonna go a different route into this and see if I can find his name to give him credit. But he did win the Emmy. Tall lesbian, Glee.
Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch.
Great job.
Jane Lynch.
Short nails.
And short nails. Did we get
Adidas outfit, not cargo shorts.
She's in a tracksuit.
Tracksuit. Mhm.
It still counts.
Fair.
Qualifies.
Yeah.
So
Are there pockets?
She
Counts.
won for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for playing Sophie.
Oh, sure. Right
which,
on.
very exciting. And then the guy that played Lenny Bruce, he won. They
I
both
did see
won
that.
for guest actor and actress in a comedy series. Guest actor, actress in a drama series. The Cheating worked for The Handmaid's Tale.
Great.
Both winners came from The Cheaters because they split their season up, so they couldn't be nominated. They didn't want to lose their second year to Game of Thrones, so they played half the episodes before the Emmy deadline and half after, so there weren't enough episodes to even make them eligible. But the guest actors and actors, because you don't have to be in every episode. The whole point of a guest actor is you might only be one. You could be in up to half of the episodes.
Okay.
So because they're only in a couple, they were able to cheat. So they got nominated for the same. So some people got nominated for the same season, which is really cheating.
Cheaters.
Over 2 separate years, and they won.
Gotcha.
But I want to get this guy's name right because I feel I feel badly about not acknowledging because the say the name thing. But there's so much on this page, and it's all in different fonts. And what am I, a 12-year-old? How am I supposed to read all this?
You have glasses for that.
Yeah, I do.
They're right
I do,
there.
right here. Oh, here it is.
Right in your
Seymour
hand.
Awards. Okay, so we'll get to him. He already won for my other favorite piece of music. Let's get to it. I'm gonna get to it, and then I'm done with this part. We
Get
can
there,
move
get
on.
there, get there,
Get
get
there,
there,
get
get
there,
there.
get
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
His name is Ramin Djawadi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I'm sorry about
You
that.
did a great job.
Thank
I
you.
like that. Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so he did win, and that was the category that I talked about. So now we'll go to Grace and Frankie has been renewed. They will now be the longest running series on Netflix.
Wow.
Netflix's new thing is to only go 3 seasons and get rid of a show 4 if it's extra super duper special, but they really don't want to go to 4 anymore, and the secret's out, so actors are starting to not sign up for series because they think if the show is successful, they might get a long run and get to live in one place.
Right.
They have found out this year that Netflix has changed their game plan.
They don't want to do that.
Well, then somebody else will
that's
come
why
along.
they canceled Santa Clarita Diet. They canceled all those shows that were like, but wait, they're popular and they're doing well. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to. You usually sign a 3-year contract, when it's time for renewals, Netflix doesn't want to pay more. They don't want you to renew and pay more, so they're not bothering with that. They're just getting rid of shows after 3 seasons.
Does that mean somebody else couldn't pick it up and run with it if they wanted to, or no?
Yes, but usually most shows go to Netflix when you've run out of gas, and they do like one more season of Arrested Development, one more season of so many shows. So, but Grace and Frankie is going to get a 7th season. The 6th is about to air soon, so you have 2 more years to enjoy them.
Fantastic.
Long may they reign. Funny, funny, funny stuff. The Good Place is back. I have decided since the last season of The Good Place that I'm just going to watch them all in order.
Nice.
So every night
That's
when
a
I come
really
home,
fun show. I love that.
I'm too
Aaron
tired when I
does,
come
yeah,
home
Aaron
to try
loves
to
that
watch
too.
something new and remember it. So I just started over on The Good Place. It's 22 minutes each episode, and it's laugh out loud funny. Like when they land a line, they land it so genuinely, and just oh my god, everything on there is just firing all cylinders.
The Good Place. That's the Ted Danson series, right?
Kristen
From NBC.
Bell.
And Ted
Kristen Bell.
Danson's comic timing should be studied. The man
He
is
really
a
is good.
genius of oh my god, he's still got it. And to be so handsome and so charming and just to be able to deliver deadpan humor in the most delightful way.
So I found someone new, if you don't mind,
Oh, go ahead.
that I just think is a fucking delight and funny. And you guys are probably going to say you've talked about her a million times, but you know I don't listen.
Oh yeah.
So
You're not the only one.
Jillian Bell,
I don't know who that is.
fucking funny,
Dear
and now
Google.
I'm really excited about this. She's in something called Brittany Runs a Marathon.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's on my
Okay.
Netflix suggestions.
But
Brittany
also
runs a
Isn't it?
marathon.
Or no, it's a movie. It's a movie.
it's a movie. Mm-hmm.
It's on my
She
Flickster
was,
suggestions.
She Workaholics.
She was so funny in Workaholics.
It says Bridesmaids, but I can't remember.
She has a
her-
small role in Bridesmaids.
Okay.
But
Office Christmas Party. I don't know. She came on, so I
Now I
like
gotta-
having just stupid TV in the background, and so my new guilty pleasure is Kelly Clarkson,
Yep.
and she has a new talk show, and she's just a fucking joy. And Jillian Bell was on there,
Great.
and she was on there with David Silver of all people. Brian Austin Green,
Yeah.
but
Right.
David Silver, and she just is that deadpan
Yes.
and just just quick. And I thought, I just want to hang out with you. She's funny. So she is now on my radar, and I could see all of you. If you
Bug new movie getting great reviews called Brittany Runs a Marathon that looks perfectly charming. And I'm trying to think of the movie. It's so silly.
22 Jump Street, she was in
22
yeah,
Jump Street.
Yeah,
Not only is that movie just off the charts funny,
it is, but I can't
But-
picture her.
she's the roommate in the dorm room. She has that whole scene in the dorm room
Oh my God. Okay.
that just
Yes.
had me killing myself. And she's fantastic on
yes.
Workaholics. She's on
I've never seen
Eastbound and Down.
Workaholics.
Oh my god, just a stoner comedy. Just
okay.
goofy stoner boy humor. It's just potty toilet masturbation jokes.
Nice.
And then Jillian Bell she is so funny
She lost 40 pounds for the role.
because she runs a
Yeah.
marathon.
Well,
so
Kelly was like, "Did you really run a marathon?" She's like,
no, the character
"No,
runs
I
a
know,"
marathon.
but she's like, "No." And because she had to train so much, she thought maybe she did. She goes, "But I mean, I have handed out water or whatever, like because she was there."
So it's a girl
in
who
bits and
feels
pieces of
invisible
it.
and
yeah.
feels invisible, feels no one is paying attention to her. So she decides to try and run. She meets some friends in the park. They decide to run, and then they decide to run a marathon. So over the course of the movie, she has to lose quite a bit of weight, and clearly she did. But it just looks funny
Yeah.
about this woman who decides just like making herself feel better, just doing something for herself.
And
And she's funny in
She
everything. She just walks on a screen, and I'm like, oh, I'll sit
and
back.
I don't know about that piece of it which is exciting to hear because I truly just saw her, had no idea who she was.
Watch 22 Jump Street.
Okay, well, because
she-
I've seen that and I remember the roommate.
her
but I'm
father's the
not-
bad guy, maybe.
It would make sense. I'd have to watch it again. That
Yeah.
was a long time ago. But her just
Not
that
21 Jump
dri-
Street.
right?
22 Jump Street.
Dos.
But she's just funny and just that dry sense of humor, and just very quick-witted.
Oh,
and
it's the
fun.
deadpan delivery of the funniest shit. She's on Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Wait, which one is she on Bob's Burgers?
She's Nat.
Nat.
She's not a big character. She's been in a few episodes.
Okay.
But
because I do enjoy the Bob's Burgers,
Yeah,
which was my
she
gateway
is-
drug to Archer.
and let me just tell you, if you enjoy someone and you think they're funny, find out if they're on Drunk History.
Oh,
Anyone you think is funny, just Google and find out if they've made an
An
appearance
episode
yet
on
of
Drunk History.
Because as far as I'm concerned, they really are drinking and they're telling the story. And they don't animate it. They have people act out.
Right,
But
the
they
scene-
have to act out
the fucked up story
the
that they
fucked up
tell.
story that
Right.
they tell.
She was. I'm sorry, Kat. It says that she's one of the most talented people who serve as a voice actor. She was in Angry Birds the movie, but I could see us. We both love like cartoony kind of stuff, and they animated stuff. So I certainly haven't seen Angry Birds the movie, but she was in that and like just doing a lot of the voice work. So that's kind of that kind of makes sense to me because when she was talking, I was.
God, that
really
would just
like,
be a dream job for me.
For-
I
yeah,
don't think
for
I would.
you.
I don't know that I would want for anything else in life if I could just.
You could totally get away with that.
Yeah. Well, you've got to get a studio to hire you
That's
first.
true. But that was one other thing that happened to me as a little teeny tiny anecdote. On Sunday, I was painfully watching the Minnesota Vikings lose to the Green Bay Packers.
Thoughts and prayers.
God, I fucking hate them. Anyway, digress.
Am I using that right?
Wow.
Yes.
And
Am I using that right?
as I was I was listening to the commentators, and I'm like, why the fuck is Anderson Cooper doing any kind of color commentary for football? Why? And then it popped up there, and it was your first cousin.
Oh, the Moose.
He sounds just like Anderson Cooper.
Oh, how funny.
Like I kept when I finally figured out who it was, I'm like, what voice is that? And I still didn't put his face back to it.
And what channel is he? I gotta watch.
Was it Fox?
Now that-
I think it was on. I think it was Fox.
Now that I know we're related, we'll have
the
to find
Sunday
it.
the Sunday footballs.
And
is-
he's so handsome and he's very smart, and I love
Thank
him.
you.
well,
as a
look at that.
commentator.
Runs in the familia. Look at you.
It sure does. But
Does he have a full head of hair though?
He sure does.
Well then,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
that's
Al.
Weird.
Thoughts and prayers.
No, that's the other side of the family, you know. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought it was very funny that it was the Moose.
The Moose.
In
And yet not
so
Anderson
funny.
Cooper.
in humorous things to some of us, not all of us listening, I get that, is coming
show?
back. January 7th is the season 7, the
Hooray!
final season of Schitt's Creek. Comes back to Pop TV and all other affiliated
When?
outlets. January 7th.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, it's usually
Okay.
not till the first
January
year.
7th is our season 7,
Got it?
final season of that.
I've already marked my calendar.
I did it
So
today.
they did not win costumes. Their only category at the Schmemmies was contemporary costumes, and they did not win. So I can just say that that's where we were kind of rooting for them. But I mean, can you win for leather sweaters in June? You know what I mean? For
You
that
look- but you look
sartorial
great.
choice, but you look great.
But you look great.
So now the Death Den, Rick Ocasek, lead singer of the Cars.
Yeah.
I mean, you might think I'm crazy. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer and lead singer of the rock band The Cars died
You know, I've always
Sunday.
wondered who's going to drive tonight.
I know. Who's gonna drive you
home?
home?
I love that song.
Tonight.
And actually, I think my mom liked that song when it came out in the early 80s. That drive, because actually Ben Orr sang it, not Rick Ocasek for the group at that time. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ben Orr sang it, not Rick Ocasek.
I did never.
The more smooth voice.
Yeah. But Rick Ocasek, I mean, classic songs that you grew
Totally
up to.
agree, but I
Yeah.
never knew that.
Yeah.
That's really wild. That makes sense somehow, but okay.
I mean, if you look at the video, you see Ben Orr as a blonde guy
Okay.
sitting at a table, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So Kasich and his band were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2018. The institution described the band as hook savvy with a perfect combo of new wave and classic rock, and they were kind of part of the new wave of music. They had 13 top 40 singles. Ocasek went on to a successful producing career after the Cars. He was in a long-running marriage to Czech supermodel Paulina Poroskova. they were separated after 28 years of marriage, so don't win the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Things go bad.
Yeah, but I think she's with Todd Palin now. This is my guesses.
But you gotta. So, I mean, just great songs, you might think, and Drive, and like the Cars were just one of those bands. Was the first album Candio?
And what's interesting, you go back like in mid '70s, he was already doing stuff and playing in bands. I only know this because Sirius XM on the '80s channel did they called that a town hall or whatever with Rick Ocasek from 2 or 3 years ago, where he was in they're in a studio with an audience and he was answering questions and telling stories, and it was interesting to hear like Rick Ocasek talk about he moved into some neighborhood and there was already a band playing and somebody that he respected, and he would watch the bands around town, and then all of a sudden years later he finds himself producing with this guy, and he's like, but I'm with you. Like they all looked up to Rick Ocasek, but then it's like, no, I looked up to you. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
He was very humble, according to that interview that I heard. He had no grandiose things about him. He was I'm just a simple guy producing music, and here's what we do.
Yep. And Orr, who sang Drive, died in 2000 from pancreatic
Oh, I did not know that.
cancer.
Because Rick Ocasek was 75, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
So the first album was the first album was called The Cars, released in '78 with the you're just what I needed.
Yeah.
I needed someone like you. And My Best Friend's Girl, My Best
Oh,
Friend's
that's a good
Girl.
one.
I
Yeah.
think there's so many songs you forget
Yeah,
about them.
and you don't realize maybe who did them, but
Sure.
they're in
Yeah.
your...
Yeah.
The second album, Candy O, with the provocative album cover.
Oh.
And featuring the album
Right.
cover created by the famed Playboy artist Alberto Vargas. It featured "Let's Go," don 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 don. Let's go.
A stirring rendition. If
It
ever
really
heard
was
one.
nice.
Honestly,
It's not
don't
that
know.
far off.
I have to hear it. I don't
I'd have to, yeah. 'cause
And then
I
they did
couldn't do
"I
it.
Like the Nightlife, Baby."
Right.
Isn't
Right.
that them?
Yeah.
But remember, "Let's Go." Don don don.
He's doing it
don,
again.
Don, don. Let's go. So good.
The second time was even better.
I know, because I really felt it that time.
Really, you should
They had
rehearse more
"Shake
often.
It
Keep
Up,"
practicing
"Since
next
You're
week, yeah.
Gone."
Shake it.
Shake it up. That one I know.
Shake it up, baby.
No,
Shake
you
it
almost
up.
went
No,
into
that's
Twisted
different.
Shout. That was
That's
Let the
totally
good time.
different.
Let the
No,
good times
that's,
roll.
That's "Shake It Up."
Then there's let.
Yeah, shake it up. Yeah, no, it really is.
Twisted
Honest to God.
Shake it up.
They got sued for-
Shake it up.
Yeah.
See, different.
Shake it up.
And then they "Shake It Up, Baby." They really do. Honest.
I don't.
I love my babies.
I'm enjoying that tremendously.
I like when we reenacting.
And we're
I know,
gonna.
I know.
I'm gonna play "Let's Go" right here just to show
Actually,
you
you
guys
really
up.
like dialect today. That's
I love
Yeah, you do.
accent.
Yeah.
accent day.
Yeah.
And then Cokie Roberts, who had that sultry voice,
Yeah.
longtime journalist, ABC News commentator for like most of my life. I mean, she's older than Scooby Doo. Pioneering journalist, and stories included high-profile stints with the NPR and ABC News. Died Thursday from complications of breast cancer at 75, again 75. Three-time Emmy Award winner, a member of the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame. She was a freelance foreign correspondent in the 70s before joining NPR in 78. She co-hosted This Week with Sam Donaldson from 1996 to 2002. Political commentator, chief congressional analyst, and
She was a powerhouse. She was
Oh,
a
she
very
really was.
strong woman, and I loved that
smart.
at the table. Back in the day when it was like and Baba Wawa did the same thing. But it was all men around the table. You got people like Cokie Roberts, Barbara Walters came in, and they were just that strong woman who just never left the table. They were like, "We'll be heard."
yeah,
And they did not care. I mean, Barbara Walters quite a bit less, but Cokie Roberts would always ask the tough question.
Uh-huh.
Like she never
Yeah.
backed down from something. It
of
was
the
just-
three big interviewers, I thought she was the best. Barbara sometimes got a little too like.
well,
she's a
and,
little
and,
too
like, I want you to
celebrity-ish.
cry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. I'm gonna say
She
something.
went through that got more attention than I really think it should.
But
she
it
would
always
just,
happened.
but she would just ask very personal
Yeah,
questions.
that's true.
Sometimes she just got too much into their personal lives than anybody needs to be to put out there.
Right.
And then Diane Sawyer, just get the camera off yourself. Every time I watch a Diane Sawyer interview, I'm like,
love Diane Sawyer.
her style is good. She'd probably work better on radio, but I don't need to see your reaction to the interview.
She was very William Hurt in broadcast news.
She was what?
She was very William Hurt in broadcast
Yeah.
news.
Yes. That's
Like bring the camera back for
another one.
That's exactly where I noticed it about her. How often the camera goes to Diane Sawyer in an interview. Like, okay.
Sure.
Another one that
Are
would
you
be
interviewing somebody, or are you just?
Right. Is this a?
I feel like I'm watching Diane Sawyer.
She's
Listen
trying
to the
out
radio.
for a part.
well, and peers of that
Right, she
group
does
would
that.
also be Leslie Stahl from CBS.
Sure.
I mean, she's got to be right at their same age.
Oh, yeah.
And then Andrea Mitchell, right there, all
Absolutely.
straight
So
across
it's
the
been
board.
bothering me because I've been afraid that Andrea Mitchell has been having on-air strokes for
She,
like
I
3 years.
100% agree with you.
There's something wrong with her. I just figured out the other day, because I'm a wizard, part witch.
Well,
It's because she
Bingo.
can't listen to the people in her ear and talk.
At the same time, and read a
So-
prompter, like all of that at the same time.
No, she can read the prompter. It's when someone is telling her something in her ear that she needs to just be. Okay, now I'm ready.
Right.
Because you can hear her being fed questions and she stumbles because she's thinking of it herself and her producer's trying to help her. And I just want her to take that thing out of her goddamn ear.
Sure.
I just figured it out the other day that she was listening to somebody.
Oh,
I'm like, you're having two conversations at the same time and you can't do that. She can read the prompter beautifully. She gets it all right. It's when someone is telling her, ask about this person, that she's like, you're going to do that.
because I've been thinking the same
Now
thing.
thinking that there's someone talking in her
Because
ear.
I'm thinking, oh, unfortunately, Andrea Mitchell's slipping is what I was concerned with. That's exactly what I was doing. Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose her too. Because I just enjoy
Because
her.
Nicole Wallace will tell them, like, I got it, stop. Like, Nicole Wallace will stop them
Oh.
from talking to
I
her
love
ear
Nicole
and be
Wallace.
like, yeah, I got it. We're good.
Yeah.
And you'll see her, like, that she has some signal where
Oh.
you're like, you get, like, oh,
Leave her alone.
leave her alone.
She's got
The
this.
producer doesn't need to step in here. She knows what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
And
I will.
sometimes they need to be told, like, 5 seconds till we go to a break.
No,
or
I
cut
get
them
that
off
kind of
30
stuff,
seconds. But you can see it in Andrea Mitchell's face now that she's listening to someone in her, and I'm like,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
because I'm like, I think she's having like TIA.
I totally thought the same thing. Completely did. And another longtime reporter that I knew the name of, he was 91, Sander Van Oker, who had been all over news and reporting for many, many years. I remember the name. I can't recall him, but as soon as I heard that name today, I'm like, oh, I remember.
Did you look? You didn't look up a picture? I'll have to look up a picture because I
of
don't.
Sander?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just looking through
I'll look
different
at it right
different
now.
headlines are in here.
S-A-N or Z-A-N?
S-A-N-D-E-R. Like Colonel Sanders, but only just Sander.
Sander Van.
Van Oker, V-A-N-O-C-O-R. Yeah, traditional spelling.
Oh yeah, I know that. Okay, I recognize him.
But on a lighter, on a happier note, this week I got one of my favorites back on MSNBC after her long time away having her child. I'm so glad Katie Tur's back. Very happy because Katie Tur's another one who will ask. You can run all the way around her and she's going to come right back and say, but you didn't answer that, and try to pin you down. I love Katie Tur. So she was gone for, oh my gosh, 3 months. She was off for her.
Oh my God, she took that much time off to have her
3
child.
months to have
I
a
know,
whole
yeah,
whole
I just didn't
person
recognize
come
her
out of her
name.
body.
And then when she came back, that's mine. Then when she came back, the last segment of her the first hour when she came back, she did a whole segment on, and I dare say went a little bit viral because she did an entire segment about how important it is for companies to give their people all the time they need for maternity leave, fathers and mothers, because that whole time is so important to everything, and basically chastising companies that don't give them people the support that they need for that kind of stuff.
It's nice when a couple can take it consecutively too. You know what I mean? My cousin just did that.
Like a mom first and the father.
Right.
Oh,
Mom was off until her time ran out, and then he took time.
Right.
Yeah.
And stayed home with the baby for several months before they had to put
And
him
we
in
don't even
daycare and whatever.
consider any kind of paternity time in this country.
No.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even put it, it's not even on it's like British people in modern dentistry. It just does not come up.
Unless you live in California.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I wasn't going to go there with that, but all right. Wow.
That's great.
It was not going to come up.
That's good stuff.
Entertainment! There we go.
Good job.
I love
Good
it.
job.
Oh, Anand had asked about a review of something, but now it's gone. Can we scroll down?
Scroll
on
down.
that?
Scroll back up.
Well, I'm not.
Marnie
on
doesn't
there.
know how to do that.
No, I do, but I'm not on there. There's
Who was it, Nero?
Lily, no, Anant wanted to know
Annette,
about,
restate your question,
like,
please.
Lily
Oh, a little
something?
late with Lily Singh.
I didn't have any idea what that was.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't know what that
I
is
will
either.
Google.
It seems late.
Seems a little late to me.
It's true.
Oh, Lily.
Oh, what? What is this, Kat? What have you sent
What's
me?
a picture? It'll come up later.
I've already got. Oh,
Do you have this picture?
you're stacking the deck. Well,
I
I've
am.
Got, well, I've got video queued up and ready. It's
true.
So can we do that first?
Well, it's on the wheel.
it's-
It comes
it's
up
the
at
show-
random.
It's the show that replaced Late Night with Carson Daly. Just premiered.
I didn't realize that show was ended.
First show was a couple days
I didn't
ago.
know Carson Daly was still alive.
She is the first
That's
woman to
factual.
She is the first woman to host an American broadcast network late night show since Cynthia Garrett hosted Later from 2000 to 2001.
Oh, I missed that too.
So,
out of the
so there you
loop.
go. So we'll take a look at that. We have a woman hosting a late night show.
I love it.
Well, and Annette knows about it
Finally.
before we do.
Nice.
Great
Finally.
job, Annette.
So
Well played.
we will find it. Oh, SNL had some problems. They
Yeah.
hired their first Asian, and I think he's Chinese American, if I'm not mistaken.
No idea.
I don't either.
Oh, and they also fired their guy.
For making anti-Asian
Asian comments.
He made some really bad. So
And I
clearly,
was surprised.
So he's welcome on our show.
And it was like in 2018, so it's not like it was a
Right.
long
So
time ago.
here's what surprised me about this statement that they came out with. That they had hired him and they'd seen his work and they liked him, but then these new videos just surfaced. I'm thinking, how did you not vet? Like, are you the Trump administration now?
They
You just
didn't. They said the vetting process wasn't. They didn't realize he had this like silly. The podcast is called like.
I hate
it's called,
Asians.
Like, no, it's called like Absolute Stupidity. Like it's got a really funny name of like. It's called like the
Oh,
Forgotten
why didn't
Podcast.
we think of that for a
like
name?
the jackass of podcasts.
And
This dumb show.
But the homophobic slurs, and it's really like, I guess you'd have to hear it in context to find if it was funny because we've made some bad Asian jokes.
I've heard it was bad.
We've made
Asians were on the list for a long
We've hit
time.
pretty much every ethnicity, race, color,
Yeah, but
creed,
For a
religion.
table full of white people, that's pretty.
But we're also not trying to become writers.
And I
on
like
SNL.
to think that we are a diverse crowd here at the old studio.
And none of us can claim to be comics, so we're just kind of racist.
Because when somebody asks me about who
sometimes
makes
I'm
up the show, I'm like, well, we've got 2 lesbians and 2 gay guys. It all works out. They're like, oh, okay. And I think our diversity quota is filled. And I'm like, no. But then I'm like, I don't know if we could bring somebody else in because there might just be war in this room.
Well, we have the
Nope, not till
we
Stacy
have the
showed
West
up.
Coast, we have the East Coast, and we have the Midwest.
Midwest,
So
The
we're
flyover.
good.
the flyover states.
Yep.
So all the
we're
places white people are
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Really, pretty much.
Totally. Keep going.
That's it.
Hashtag
Facts.
facts.
A lot of white people talking. So,
Yeah.
A lot of white people talking, a lot of white people mocking.
but I think they probably could have skated by some of it if they just hadn't hired their first Asian American cast member.
Yeah,
that-
and they just
'Cause
pointed out that that's the first time in like
He went immediately to
35
HR.
years or something that there's been.
Right.
I mean, it's been around for.
The Asians have been
45
around for a
years?
long
No,
time.
you need to
45
stop
years.
that.
44 years.
Asia's been around for at least 30 years.
Yeah,
I've
like
never
our
seen
home
someone
country.
else.
I
vote
feel
on.
like I heard about Asia in the 70s.
somewhere in there. I don't
I
know.
saw someone else.
Or maybe the
vote on.
80s.
I've seen a Calgon commercial.
It was on TV.
How do you get shirt so clean, Mr. Lee?
Ancient.
Chinese secret.
That's the level of racism we've been working at.
That's it. We need more Calgon.
Well, take me away.
The kind that was fed to us
Right.
with a ladle in
From
the
media.
70s.
Right. From actual media. That's good.
What was the? Oh, there's no Wayne's World. It's like that kind of. That was ancient Chinese secret
Yeah.
in Wayne's World.
Okay.
Like how they had Tia Carrere.
Carrera.
Carrera.
No,
One
that
of the
was
most
very
beautiful
funny.
women ever, by the way.
Isn't
All right, I
that
think we're on the
gorgeous,
wheel.
Amanda?
What are we doing? Oh, is all this for the wheel?
Yeah.
Because the problem I have is the fact that the wheel has to be on that. The video has to be on that. The picture I can put over here, but
Can I introduce you to Tabs?
can I introduce you to bitch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no,
Here we
I'm
go.
acquainted. I'm
Knock
familiar.
you out.
All caught up, all full up. Oh, we have a
Mama gonna
listener.
knock you out.
Hours later.
We have a listener. Well, that's a start.
Ah,
Hi.
listener. Congratulations,
Hi,
sir
listener.
or ma'am.
Congratulations, listener one.
Welcome.
Kevin Butler was listening recently.
Who the hell is Kevin
Well,
Butler?
we love Kevin Butler.
I don't
Hi,
even know who
Kevin.
that is anymore. Who's Kevin Butler?
Listener number 1.
He's on the YouTube.
At
Oh my
listener.
gosh.
Kevin.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Mr. Butler.
So I'm so sorry. I said hello to him. I meant to bring it up. Then I think I was talking about something else.
God.
Scooby Doo was pissing me
Stunned.
off.
I'm stunned.
Scooby Doo.
That's
Where
shocking.
are you?
It was
You
in
got
826.
sidetracked?
Uh huh.
That's weird.
It was
That was a long time. That was a
Nothing like a
lifetime ago.
liquefied gummy bear to take your mind off stuff.
I want a red one.
Actually, can I have a couple
One way or
of the old
another,
Goomies?
Kevin. Hello.
Oh no, never mind. I have grapes. I've got to eat my grapes.
All right.
Those aren't orange.
My grape quota. Hang on, I'm trying to get to the wheel.
Producer, you can do this however you want. I don't care.
No, we'll see.
We can just make a clicking noise. That's orange.
We can just make a clicking noise.
I don't mind the orange ones either, but the red ones are delightful.
Let's see.
Where are you?
Okay, that's enough.
I want to poop again someday.
Well, if you eat enough of those, it ain't gonna stop.
No, those are the sugar-free,
That's the
terrible
sugar-free
ones.
ones. These ones will stop
Oh,
you up
yeah.
cold.
No, that's.
That diamond ring ain't never gonna see
And
daylight.
then we thank you for listening at the end of every show. We love you.
Let me get that claw out of there.
Annette, we thank you every week, bitch.
We're here, aren't we?
Wait for your time.
It's hard to miss you if
Fucking
you're not
welcome.
gone.
Nobody said he's missed us.
I don't know what they even meant. I'm
Be
sorry.
nice to our most faithful listener.
We're not very nice to people. We're sorry.
That's part of our
We
charm.
love
It
them.
is. I
Part of
think
our
so.
charm.
That's what I keep telling people.
All right, so we're gonna go to the
So
wheel.
that's
So
me
we don't like
charming.
love Kevin now.
So we're going to the wheel, right?
Spin the wheel.
We're doing it live.
Take these blue
All right, I'm gonna
ones.
do this. Oh, wait a
Yeah, the
minute.
purple one.
Oh, hang on.
What
hang
happened?
On.
No,
hang on.
can't
No.
What
do
the
it that
fuck
way.
flavor is blue?
Well, I fucked up.
I don't like blue.
Delicious.
Oh, God damn it. Why don't I do this?
I don't know.
And there we go. What's we're on? Corden versus
Nice.
Mayor.
Marnie, take
Well,
it away.
Uh-oh.
While I have a gummy bear, I'm going to talk about fat shaming.
I'm gonna eat candy and talk about fat shaming.
Yeah.
So,
First of all,
girl.
what credentials do you have that give you the permission to do fat shaming? Or to speak on it?
got a scale?
She's
I got
going
two
for,
of 'em.
She's going for her master's degree.
I like to put a foot on each one.
She's doing an essay.
That's right. This is research. Just research for years. It is. It's a true
All right.
story.
It's a long.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't get
hey.
the size by looking at the menu.
That's right. $49.95. Search.
Yeah. Search two.
So, what were we talking about?
Long story
Oh
short,
yeah, James Corden. So Bill Maher
Yeah.
Yeah.
did a little bit about fat shaming. Did you see that?
I did
I
not
have-
see it.
I'm not.
Where he shamed the fat.
Oh.
He was
He- yeah,
very
he's- He's a big fat shamer.
yeah, he was
Because he's one of those ones that America's killing itself with bad food choices.
which is not entirely wrong.
No.
No, but my favorite line by James Corden, who came back, who's not a small man. I mean, he's not a big boy, but he's
But
not
stays
shopping at
at
the
his-
always
Right.
He has a sturdy
He
gait.
can dance like a motherfucker. I've seen him
gait.
tap dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is hard to do.
Well, James Corden
I've
put
tried.
Bill Maher in his place with an epic comeback to fat shaming comments because a couple days after he had heard Bill Maher go off and talk about how people are unapologetic for needing 2 seats and you don't. There was just he was awful. But my favorite line by Corden: "We don't all have a sense of superiority that burns 35,000 calories a day." And
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. So yeah, if you guys didn't see it, he went through the fact that there are all kinds of reasons that not Bill Maher but James Corden. There are all kinds of reasons that someone might be overweight, and it
Yeah.
could be, but Bill Maher just put it all in one. You're all fat and eating bonbons, or gummy bears, whatever, and that's why you're fat. You're not eating properly. You're not this and that. Well, financial. There.
Food deserts.
Exist and are awful.
Food
Awful.
deserts are
Yep.
real.
Big time.
Yeah, just the lack of anything, and then this whole thing about the government deciding what you can buy with food stamps because you shouldn't be able to eat fancy. You should be able to eat well.
Right.
Just because you need help with, and what's it called, the SNAP program.
right.
Yep.
Just because you need help doesn't mean you have to be eating canned salty foods that are just going to make you
That's right.
more unhealthy.
That's right.
So there are parts to it, but he is not wrong with his thing about people that make bad choices when they have better choices. Mm-hmm. So, right, me. There is no reason.
Pizza or spinach, pizza or spinach. You know which direction I'm going every fucking time?
Yeah.
Pizza.
spinach on the
Oh,
pizza.
pizza! Exactly where I was going with pineapple
No,
and everything else.
Don't ruin that bullshit.
So
No,
Bill
No,
Maher-
spinach.
a
I love
margarita
pepperoni,
pizza.
extra
Oh, come on.
cheese.
Bill Maher said being
Get your
fat isn't a
spinach.
birth defect. No one comes out of the womb needing to buy 2 seats on the airplane. We have gone to this weird place where fat is good. It's pointing out that fat is unhealthy. That's what's bad. Some amount of shame is good. And he just,
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I mean, he comes about it the wrong way. I get.
well, because he is very arrogant about it.
Yeah, he is. But he has been on this kick about eating right and making healthy choices. And this is from a big pot smoker. So the fact that
Yeah.
he's avoided the munchies, my hat's off to him.
Yeah.
But then there's people that are just predispositioned to be smaller.
Sure.
They're just not going to put on weight. And there's, but we all have to get up. Sitting is the new smoking. We have to start walking. We have to start getting some kind of exercise. We're eating meals designed for farmers when none of us are farming the land.
Sure.
There's a little bit of truth in both sides of that story. But and that has been Bill Maher's cross to bear.
Right.
He's anti-religion to an extreme, and he is very much against eating bad foods. And
Yeah.
some of it's
But
again
if
comes
you're
to
talking
privilege.
about eating bad foods only, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
But that you
But
know.
he does, and he does talk about lack of exercise.
But he wasn't in this.
In this one, but if you've been
Right.
watching him, if you just take
Right.
that one time where he said something awful about Chinese people,
Sure.
then it kind
Sure.
of taints the whole
Sure.
picture. Where he's been consistently about the choices we make as Americans and the bad places we're going, and I think he is getting frustrated because now we have this information, but the government, like you have these people in the flyover states where they're like judging people for getting better cuts of meat with their food stamps. They're making better choices, but why are you eating like that? You're on food stamps. You shouldn't be eating
Yeah,
well.
you can't eat like that. Right. That's true.
Like they're trying to cut off people from getting ketchup with food. You know what I mean? Like, they're making choices too.
Sure.
They're forcing people into food deserts that maybe didn't start in one. So it's a little bit of both. You have
Well,
to own
and
up.
because the
you're
amount
part
of
of
food stamps or the program that whatever it is that you're on has gone down significantly. So
Yeah, they've
if-
cut the funding for SNAP dramatically.
hugely.
But- right.
And so if you can buy 12 cans of beans or 12
right.
cans of
You're gonna
something,
buy
course
the
you're gonna do it.
cheap, salty food.
Yeah, yep.
And the thing, if Doug was here, he would back this up and be so proud I was saying it. One of the things about the SNAP program is that money can't go anywhere else but back into the local economy. You give some corporate business a tax break, that money goes to billionaires spending their money somewhere else. If you give money into a community that's meant for foods, it's only going to a local grocery store. That money
sure.
can't go anywhere else but into a local economy and help local businesses. It has nowhere else to go. They can't travel. They can't spend it anywhere else. That money goes right back into your community. It can go into better
That's really
ways. If
true.
you could use it at farmers market, those people could make better choices that way if that was available. But that money has nowhere else to go but helping a local economy. So giving people more
and
money
the
to
giant grocery conglomerate Kroger and Safeway and
right, but at least it's there, and those people, if they're not
Right.
using your self checkout, are making
self checkout for the win.
Right.
We could argue about this till the end of time.
end of time. Yeah. So and
Self-checkout
there
is
you go.
the
When
way.
you have McDonald's at every corner, and I think
True.
does Taco Bell have it on their window that they can use? You can use your your Snap card
I
there.
have no. Why
I'll
would
check-
I know?
I'll
There are a lot
tomorrow.
of places that you can. Like Jack in the Box has it.
Right.
And
So if
different
you can
places,
just take it, go there, and order everything off the dollar menu, and feed a family
Right.
of 4 for why would you not do it? Like people need to be fed, but if all you're getting, like I've met people who have, I actually know a family raised a certain way, grew up a certain way. They had no idea that you could make any of these things fresh.
Oh, sure.
Like I went to their family for Thanksgiving, and every single thing was prepackaged, boxed. Like there was no
because it's
actual
it's
fruits or
learned
food.
behavior. We're not born knowing how to make things from scratch.
Right.
Like hours in the kitchen with my mother taught me how to do that. If my mother had to work 3 jobs to support us and we had to survive on boxed macaroni and cheese at McDonald's, of course I wouldn't fucking know how to do any of that.
Yeah,
know what I
everything was
mean?
delicious, but when
School
you
doesn't
asked, like,
teach you
oh
that.
my god, who made this? And they were like, oh, it came from a can. Oh, it came from them. Like there was nothing in their repertoire that involved anything but
Actual
reheating.
cooking,
We were
right.
just eating everything reheated, and I was like, okay, this is a cultural thing.
Sure.
That you came from somewhere that doesn't have fresh this, fresh that. Like you were just never exposed to it, and it was very. Right. Compare the cost of a gallon of milk to a gallon of soda, and you'll find out
Absolutely.
what you're gonna get. Although this is what milk gets you, so because I don't
Honey,
drink
that's
soda.
chocolate milk.
Sure.
No, I my downfall is bread. It's not sweets.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
chocolate milk
bread and
phase.
Oh, I need to
pasta.
make some bread.
The size
tomorrow.
chocolate milk that she has in the refrigerator right now, that will last me like 2 weeks. I have
Last
like
me
this
a
much.
minute.
Yeah. Because anything's sweet and like except for these
Oh,
motherfuckers.
by the way, the chocolate milk she has in the fridge is this Snickers
Come
chocolate
on.
low-fat milk. But I'm saying, I guess it tastes like Snickers bars.
But the good news is
I just found it. Also, there is apparently one that's Twix, and that I need to go on a search and hunt for.
Right.
Because
But this is the kind of shit that they're putting on the thing that just
Sure.
it only
No, you're
goes
right.
one way.
You're right.
I mean, unless you ran here.
And they
From
put,
the moon.
And they put protein real big on the side of the bottle to make you think that it's good for you.
Yeah,
you're
that
right.
you're not going to get the
Sure.
sugar beaties from
Sure.
it. So,
Sugar beaties. We got a lot of mileage out of that.
yeah.
Spinner again.
Spinner, chicken dinner.
It's like finding out my parents are fighting. Bill Maher.
Capitalism
I
and
know.
We are just
discrimination.
hitting it hard today.
Oh.
We're hitting it hard today. So the Arizona Supreme Court has decided that it is okay to turn people away from certain kinds of businesses for their, we'll say, lifestyle choice. The case, I'm only loosely familiar because they all blurred together, and have no idea which side of the fence to sit on.
Yeah.
But it was about people that do like handmade invitations and like custom artwork, and they had refused a gay couple, went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court says that they were within their freedom of speech and religion rights to refuse that because because through their custom artwork they seek to convey messages that are consistent with their beliefs. And as the court explained today, this means that while they create artwork for all people, they cannot create custom artwork to celebrate and promote messages they disagree with. The end.
So, now,
Which is the thing that I am sitting on both sides of this fence about.
Okay.
Is, first of all, every time you put up I want to turn somebody down because of who they are, replace gay with black and tell me how it sounds.
yeah.
Sure.
If it sounds wrong, then it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Replace gay with women and tell me how it sounds.
Yep.
If it sounds wrong, then it's wrong both ways. However, somebody comes at me with a bunch of like Trump logos and says, "Hey, make me a whole bunch of
Yeah,
shirts." I want
right.
to say, "Fuck you, get the fuck out."
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I don't know where I sit with this.
And I always do because I like overt
Nope, I
racism.
hear it.
If I know that you don't like the gays, then put it on your window.
Yeah.
Not
Said that
open to
forever.
gays.
Just where was the?
Yeah,
where's the-
I'd rather know that.
Visa,
Yeah.
MasterCard, no homo establishment.
Right.
Yeah, thank
Moving
you.
on.
Oh my God, I'm
Open
getting
to those
back
for
here.
everyone.
Yeah, open
So-
for everyone.
That's where I always came down, and then you realize like somebody lives somewhere where there's not that many places where you can go for religious poetry postcards. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Like it's so obscure, but if there's only like one, like, hall that can hold a venue, it's a venue that can only hold 100 people. There's only one in your whole town, and they're anti-homo. Then all of a sudden you have a thing like you don't have the choices that we have here. Like, all right, you're gonna be a dick about it. I'm going over there. And you also don't want to make someone do something and then find out, like, on the down low that they're secretly shitty because no one told you, they're not great with the homos.
They're going to take
Don't
your
go
money,
there.
but they secretly are funding people to eliminate
Well, not
you.
just that, but they're going to treat you badly.
Treat you
Like, they're
poorly.
going to talk down to you and be condescending. You don't want to find that out on the sly. So it's a little bit of that. Do you let them operate and just let them decide who they want to serve, or do you just put it on the window? And I'm like, if you're that big on it, then put it on the window.
Be proud of it.
Own that motherfucker.
Own it, right.
So I don't know if that comes off as privilege.
Don't just
which I
tweet
did
me and
kind
tell
of-
me I'm an asshole on Twitter. Yeah, own it. Put
Own
it
it.
out there. Make it your goddamn
You seem to
cover
be proud.
picture. Yeah. You seem to be happy with ignorance all over the place, so come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but then you're looking at signs from the 50s that say no coloreds. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but
Like
that,
that's
I don't think that's going to
but
be
it's the same.
majority.
How is
No,
it
and
not
I'm
the
with
same
you.
thing?
But
though?
they
I'm not
learn. But they
disagreeing.
learn their lesson that way
Right.
with those signs of like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like they were shamed.
Go ahead and
in
put those
hindsight,
fucking
yes,
signs
but
up.
in contemporary application, like all
No.
the white people went to those establishments and
Right.
they made plenty of money.
Yeah.
Like they weren't missing any money because the people that felt the same way
But now
But
in this
I'd rather
day
be
of,
able to see who's walking into that store.
And this-
Know your enemy.
Yeah.
I want to see who's walking in there. I want to see who's shitty.
and that's
I
so
wanna
I
be
don't think
able-
I'm
the whole
coming
thing.
from it from a place of privilege. I think I'm coming out of like overt.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
No.
And then these like back then you could get away with that because there was like 4 cameras in the world, but now in paparazzi and Twitter, and we all had to share them on vacation.
Four cameras.
But now if you see some celebrity walking into a place that says whites only, that's gonna go viral in a minute. And you're gonna be like, and then the person that put up the sign is gonna be like, oh, we don't come off well in that. And the person that went in there was like, oh no. So you kind of, I mean, but it makes them. It makes
Wear
them,
the fucking sheet.
but
like,
then
wear
they go
your
under.
white
Oh
sheet.
no, they
I
don't even
wanna
bother.
know.
Oh no, we have passed that.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Charlottesville,
like,
but
all of it.
Charlottesville,
You're right.
they were.
It's
target,
not sheets anymore. It's
Carry your
khakis.
tiki
They were
torch.
target greeters. I
Yeah,
mean, Jesus
carry your
Christ.
tiki
I
torch,
laughed
yeah.
today. I was at Home Depot getting some stuff, and I walked by an end cap, and I had those goddamn tiki torches, and I laughed at myself
Yeah.
because I want to put the sign up that says, "Don't use these for race riots,
Yeah,
you
right,
assholes."
right.
Yeah, exactly.
I
For
d-
backyard entertainment only.
But
yeah,
yeah,
anti-Semitism optional.
I saw them, and that's
Yeah.
the first thing I thought of.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, but
Yeah.
it's an interesting dynamic. There is that feeling of does it come from privilege or does it come from like, no, own it. Own it.
Sure.
If
Right.
you want to be that ballsy on the internet, then you be that. And that's let's find their address and just give them a little advice about how to run their business, and just say no homo.
Yeah.
You'll get some business, but you'll also get people that are going to be like, no, I can't. Like, I can be Christian, I can be loving, I can be a nice person, but I'm not dealing with those people because I'm also not a bigot.
That's right.
Like, we got to do a little bit of like wheat from the chaff or whatever that.
And I don't
expression
get why
is.
they don't understand. Like, again, I hate the hypocrisy of religion altogether because it just drives me insane.
Drives all
But
insane, yeah.
so this lady that called me out on Twitter today, blah blah, whatever, fuck her. So then I went to Home Depot and I had a couple other things today. So I'm the gay guy, not religion, like borderline, don't believe in anything beyond we just live and then we die. We're
And this
done, right?
lotion.
And there your hand lotion there.
Yeah, thanks.
That is good lotion.
But like, it just kills me that there are all these religious people that believe that they're all this sanctimonious, blah 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 blah. Well, I take in like every day when I go to the grocery store or whenever I go, I take in a shopping cart. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I carry my bag. I don't need to shop. I just push the cart in. Today I was walking in Home Depot and there was a lady unloading bricks out of a cart into her. I stopped and helped her unload all the bricks. I didn't need anything for that, but I guarantee you, one of these assholes that are, we're all Jesus people, are going to walk right by that bitch and not.
Oh yeah, that has nothing to do with good people. But
no,
the good
no,
people
it
that
does
are-
exactly have to do with good people.
I'm
No,
an
no, no,
atheist,
no.
and I would have walked by. I'm busy.
No, I'm just saying like yes, it has something to do with good people, but,
But
it
they,
does.
and I'm saying they think we're all horrible and evil, and we're not
Yeah.
in the image of their God and all this stuff.
But we're
when I
not.
think a lot of the people who are on this side of the fence are a lot more caring and giving and genuine than them.
Because you have empathy. You actually have human empathy.
And I'm not ruled by a book that's, I believe, fiction, and your God monster in the sky is dictating your life. Yeah,
Right.
those
But
kind
my
of
thing is the people, the good Christians out there, it's time for them to start fighting back. And they need to start
Yeah,
fighting
but
it back
comes
against
down
the
to
pedophile
if that's
priests.
what you're believing.
Yeah.
And that's what then the idea is, yeah, just be a good person and just do all this stuff. But if that is actually what you believe, then you have to live that.
You do, but the
And you have to
that-
hold
but
your
they- but
peers
you-
accountable, which
and
is
you
what we're
have to
missing.
hold your peers accountable. That's exactly
That's what I'm
right.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like you
That's
have to
exactly
be like,
right.
where'd this pedophile priest come from? He's got to go.
Right.
You
Right.
can't just be like, oh, welcome, Father, whoever you are, who's been in 9 churches for some reason
Sure.
in 3 days.
He's our priest now.
Yeah, like you have to start making these people accountable. If you have these poetry slam book, whatever the fuck they're selling, shit
whatever.
things, then the other people that are the Christians have to come out and say, not our Bible, not our pastor, not our bullshit. Like this is not us. Like
Right.
this is not what we're standing for because we're starting to paint them all in the same blank, with the same brush.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to think of all of them as bigots, whether they are or not, because that one vocal
It's just
group.
good planning, really.
Like we call out Milo, whatever his name is.
Yakalapalapa.
Yeah.
Yiannopoulos.
Yeah.
Like he's a dick. There's people in our community. We don't need you.
No, we don't need them.
Like you can go home.
Like
Log
the-
Cabin Republic.
We can make a
The
list.
gay conversion therapy guy that just came out and said, "No, okay,
Fuck
I'm
that
gay
guy.
now.
Yeah,
No,
no.
no,
Oh
we don't
my
need
God,
you."
he was
Don't
on,
invite him to brunch.
so
Don't
he
invite
was,
him to after hour.
yeah.
Don't, none of that shit.
So there's another
Fuck
new talk show that's on Tamron Hall.
Cameron Hall.
And he was on there. And I sat there and I'm like, oh my God. Like
Yeah, the yuck factor is off the
physically
charts.
like, and he's so like, but now my life.
We don't give a fuck about your
my
life.
Yeah, but
but I'm affected.
How many
But this
people
is
did you
hard
ruin?
for me.
yeah, but how many
Fuck
lives
you.
did you fucking
Oh
ruin?
my God! And he just doesn't see that.
He doesn't
Yeah.
see
really doesn't see it.
Oh, here we go. Spin the
Spin it
wheel.
again.
Spin the wheel. No
I think he said
whammies.
sorry.
What an exciting time to be alive.
I know.
Kirsten Cinema, the Dino eye roll. What is this? What is this?
Well,
Yeah,
That's 50-50.
Democrat in name only.
Democrat name only. I know you're
Oh.
stunned.
I'm
You're going to be
shocked.
stunned
I'm
by
shocked.
this development. Our Democratic Senator,
50-50.
Kirsten Sinema.
Yeah.
Well, her own party, the Arizona Democratic Party, is planning to hold a vote this week to determine whether she deserves to be censured. That's
Wow.
right. I know. They're
Okay.
going to hold the vote on Saturday at their quarterly or monthly meeting or whatever. The Grand Poobah's in town. I don't know what the fuck happens over there.
Yep.
Those seeking to censure Sinema point to her vote to confirm David Bernhardt, Trump's nominee to serve as Secretary of the Interior, as well as her vote to confirm William Barr as Attorney General. Additionally, progressives in the Arizona Democratic Party cite Sinema's resistance to joining fellow Democrats in trying to reinstate net neutrality, which is very important.
Oh my gosh.
And we should still be fighting for that. And
Yep.
Kirsten Sinema doesn't fucking want it because she's a dino.
She's bisexual.
Well, I don't give a fuck who she
She's
sleeps with.
something. Fitty.
Hope nobody sleeps with her. Fuck
Ugh.
her. I actually have never met her. I don't know if she's nice or not.
Gross.
Well, anybody can be nice to your face and fuck you in the
No, but
stab
net,
in the
net
back.
neutrality is really important because the internet has become
Oh,
so vital to our lives, and net neutrality would prevent internet service providers from throttling different websites, basically in a hostage situation for more money. Which it just furthers the most money wins. And
Yeah.
the haves have more and the have-nots have none.
Sure.
David O'Neill, the state coordinator for the Progressive Democrats of America, told the news outlet that the censure is an effort to push Sinema back toward the left. We're going to scold her and she's going to go back where she belongs. I doubt it. Here's the thing, he says. We really support Kirsten Sinema. We want her to succeed and we want her to be the best senator in the country. She's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But the way she's voting is really disappointing, and we want Democrats to vote like Democrats, not Republicans. They outright outline their reasoning in a resolution. Now, it does turn out that Sinema has opposed Trump more often as a senator than she did as a congresswoman. She has 81% of the time opposed anything that the Trump administration wants to do as a senator. During her time in the House, where she served for 3 terms, that'd be 6 years, she supported Trump's agenda 54% of the time.
And
she was
told
against him 46%
but she
of the time.
told
So
the
she's
line.
got better.
She was reliable.
Again, real fucking near 50-50.
But she was reliable on health care. She was reliable on Brett Kavanaugh. She did not change sides when we needed her.
needed everybody.
So we
right.
have to give her credit for she's failing on this one, but
Her party's mad at her.
Yeah, but she
There it
has
is.
when it's time to stand their ground, her and Joe Manchin, right? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
The 2 dinos
Yep.
that are like really questionable.
Really, yeah.
And then the guy in Alabama who won by a Conter. He's another one that you got to watch for. But they're going to stand with Democrats because on those few things, but you don't know where they're going to land on these ones that aren't like marquee items.
Right.
You know where they're going to be for like pro-choice. You know where they're going to be for health care because they have to be, or they're going to never get funded again, and they're going to get primary.
They're going to get blackballed, right.
But you don't know until we make net neutrality part of the thing that we're like, okay, no excuses. We're for net neutrality.
It's never coming back. I hope everyone realizes it's never coming back.
What's never come back?
Net neutrality.
Yeah,
There's no way.
yeah. But if you don't if we don't make these things part of what we all stand for, then
Right.
like we have with healthcare and with women's reproductive health, and they're going to be gray areas that you're going to fail on because no one elected her because of her thoughts on net neutrality.
Also true. Spin it again.
Oops, got to spin again.
All right.
Just go to Taco Bell.
Investigative journalism.
Oh, play the video.
Oh, that's what that's for. Hang on. Oh, hang
Play
on.
the, it also has audio, so listeners only.
Well, I get
you'll be
that.
just
Hang
fine.
Oh,
on.
and Kevin Butler is our listener from Michigan. Remember?
Yeah,
him?
Kevin.
Gotcha.
So he came back and filled us in.
Hang on, I have to do. I have to. Where's the dealy bob? There it is. Hang on, we have to
click
do.
this, and then we have to
I have
drag
to.
it over here.
There's a lot going on.
Put it up here. and then
Okay,
we
so
have to
this
find
is
it.
the Do you want to preface this with it all?
Hit it.
We're just gonna go
Play
to
it live.
We'll do it live.
Hit it.
Let's see how this is gonna work out. We're hopeful. We're optimistic. Oh, hang on. Oh shit.
Got to turn the volume up there.
Well, hang on. See this is the production. I realized that this was shut off here. Got to turn that on here.
All right.
Remember, the chief says the department has enhanced its training in de-escalation, tactical
Oh,
communication, and crisis intervention. We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Remember, the chief says the department has...
That is the kind of journalism I want us to aspire to.
Oh my
Cokie
God!
Roberts would be proud.
How is it that she has a job?
That's
She may not
awesome.
anymore.
She may not, yeah.
She may
God,
not.
That
But
may have
that's
ended with that
funny.
sentence.
listen, no stone or headstone
Unturned.
unturned.
We
Stone
tried to
unturned.
reach out to the man who died.
Yeah.
But
That's
was not
fantastic.
available. That's fantastic.
Spin it again.
Well, hang. I got to do more things, clicking and doing, and what's it's.
God, that's great.
That is good. and she didn't even miss a beat. She was
No.
like, we're right there.
I'm gonna follow this absolutely silly
We reached
thought
out to
through.
the guy who died and had no response.
No comment.
We already did that one.
What's that? There's not a lot left.
Oh, we gotta find the Taco Bell incident.
Oh.
People.
People, come on.
I was shook. SHEWK. Shook.
Oh, I know where this is
I
going.
don't know where this is going.
I do.
Here's what. No, it's basically a dramatic reenactment of my
Yes.
Facebook post.
Yeah.
You know where this is going.
Yes.
I am a longtime lover of the Taco Bell.
Yes.
I am right with you on this.
And I am a one-hit wonder at the Taco Bell. Very rarely do I stray from my favorite choice,
Okay.
which is
Yes.
3 soft taco supremes,
And I'm with you. Thank you for that heads up.
a large Mountain Dew,
Yes.
and perhaps, something to eat on the way home, a cheesy roll-up.
Sure. Right. Don't judge.
Perchance
Yeah.
to dream.
Because, if you go get burgers, you eat the fries on the way home. You got to have something to snack on
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
home. There's
yeah.
no way I can
An
make it.
appetizer.
Really suffers from a
An
lack
apple-
of
yeah.
fries.
No.
Because fries in a bag is just what
No,
God meant.
they've got fries now. They do.
They
have
do,
a
the
fry
nacho-
of some
those
sort, the
nacho
nacho
fries.
fry
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't often stray.
Yeah.
My drive-through order has been exactly the same since I was in high school.
Oh, these many years.
Okay.
Since I was in high school.
All right.
Okay.
Pull up to the window. I don't even have to think about it. They say, hey, how are you? I say, I'm great. How are you? They say, what can I get for you? I say, I'll take a number 3 with soft taco supremes. I have to specify now because I used to be able to say a number 3 soft and they just knew what I meant. They got dumber. But still.
Yes. Yes.
Number 3 with soft taco supremes. Pause. Because they got to type it into the little thing. What would you like to drink? Mountain Dew. Pause. Is that it? Nope. I need a cheesy roll-up. Pause.
What? The God's green earth is a
That's
cheesy
total.
roll-up.
It is
Like a
cheese,
little teeny
tortilla,
tiny quesadilla.
microwaved,
Yeah.
rolled up, the end.
Tiny quesadilla.
Yeah, just enough to, just a little snack on the way home, just a little something.
Little
It's
salt.
an appetizer. I'm telling you.
A little bit of cheese, a fromage, if
And
you
a
will.
moose-bouche.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
10:32,
funny.
see you at the window. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Feeds 4.
Yeah.
I often do this on my way to work. Because who doesn't look good driving and eating tacos? But
Of course.
I digress.
Yeah.
And it's a shame you don't record and film this whole thing every time you
Yeah.
do this. That'd be to watch you eating and driving at the same time would be
It's
Christmas.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Looks a lot like this.
Okay.
Good times.
Wow.
So,
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
That's good. Yeah.
Thursday night, here I am. Time to go to work.
Oh.
Have decided not to cook for like the 48th day in a row. Who cares?
She's going for a record.
Yeah, exactly.
Who fucking cares?
Uh-huh.
I show up to the Taco Bell, roll up to the window. I'm listening to a podcast, ready to go to work, having a great day. Say, hey, what can I get you? Say, I'll take a number 3. Comes up on the digital screen. It says some fucking burrito.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, wait.
Whoa.
Stop the presses.
Wait, says I.
Really big buildup.
Nary a time I come here.
Taco Bell
and have a
has
burrito.
changed their menu dramatically.
Nope.
What? Hang on. How do I not know this?
They have removed the double-decker taco. Now, the double-decker
fine. I
taco,
have no
for
idea
those who
about
don't
that.
know, is a crunchy taco wrapped in a tortilla.
And now we know what Bill Maher's talking about,
Yeah.
right? Like we're all caught up.
That's
We're all caught up.
Yeah.
Held together by the natural glue that is beans.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the glue.
God's own
God's
glue.
So they have changed all of the numbers
No
to all
All
their
of
meals?
the numbers
Oh.
are gone.
No
my,
horses were harmed.
my new order, and it's very difficult to remember, is
cry.
a number 2.
Oh no.
Oh, they moved.
However,
it
they split
up. Assholes.
the crunchy and the soft from the number 3 and made them the 1 and the 2.
Oh,
so I
you
no
don't-
longer have to specify
So your life got better
soft
and
taco
worse at the same
supremes.
time.
Right. So now they've split that number 3 and made it both number 3s, but a 1 and a 2. So I no longer have to specify
new Spanish
soft
word.
taco supremes. It's actually
Taco
shortened
Bell.
my order because now I can just say a number 2, and those bitches better know sour cream
Soft.
goes on that taco.
Yeah.
So
Well,
wait,
they
so,
get
no,
confused.
so you order a 3-2
fantastic.
or you order a
No, 3 is a fucking burrito. I don't want shit to do with that.
okay.
3's dead to her.
3 is dead to me.
All right.
The old 3 is gone. The old 3
So
used
you
to
just
be
needed
3
2.
taco supremes, and you had to specify soft or crunchy.
I got you.
Duro or suave.
Now, if
No.
were I a crunchy taco fan, I would order a number 1 because that is 3 taco.
They fucked up my
Supremes.
number 1?
I don't know what the fuck happened to your
I gotta
number.
Google this.
You've
What
got
was
to
the
check
number
this
one
out.
before?
Burrito Supreme, Taco Supreme, drink.
See,
Easiest.
White,
It's the
white
easiest.
people's problems.
That might be a
Hashtag.
3. Listen,
Holy fuck.
shook. SHEWK. Shook.
Shook.
Hang on, we're gonna go live.
We're never
here.
gonna spiel those. Do your news trivia, news game. I saw news game.
Oh, you want to do the
Taco
news quiz?
Yeah, news
Bell.
quiz. News quiz.
Okay.
So
So this
note
may.
to self: everyone, just pay attention to the menu.
Oh god, they removed 9
Right.
items.
Oh, this is terrible.
Hang
Listen.
on. I don't know what they removed.
I'm not sure you understand how many times a month I eat at Taco Bell.
I
Can't imagine why I've
Oh
never
my god,
lost
here's
weight.
what they took off.
Oh,
Hang on.
no.
Well, wait a
Breaking
minute.
news.
No,
This
wait a
is
minute.
quiz.
Here's what they took off.
All right, bring it on.
Okay.
Beefy mini quesadilla,
Horrible.
chips and salsa, Chipotle chicken loaded griller, or the fuck that is.
Nope.
The double decker taco, taking
Yeah.
it away. The
was
Cool
very
Ranch
popular.
and fiery Doritos Locos tacos. I kind of like the fiery taco. I'm not mad. The double tostada, whatever the power menu burrito is, and a double XL grilled stuffed burrito. Holy shnikey.
That double XL was double XL too. That fucker was huge.
like a baby's.
I need to know what the new
Like a
numbers
baby. It's like big as.
are. It's a baby.
Thank
This
you,
is my
but if I have a
this is
giant,
my
I'd be mad.
this is my comfort burrito. Thank you.
I had to feed and burp that fucker before I ate it. Oh
my
my
new-
god.
This is my emotional support burrito. Okay, so here's the new number. Oh, holy shit.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, I gotta get.
I know.
Though that's the old menu. Oh yeah, okay.
It's gonna take some studying. And
Oh
some
my god, new
adjusting.
combos. Number 1, 3 crunchy taco supremes. Number 2, 3 soft taco supremes.
All
Number
caught up.
3 is the burrito supreme.
Fucking
Solo burrito supreme. Where's my second? Oh fuck.
You're gonna have to order it separately.
Number 4 is the steak quesarito. Nachos
It's not even a
Belgrade.
word.
Nachos Belgrade. Oh, but you got your number 6 is 2 chicken chalupa supremes. I'm not mad at the chalupas. I do enjoy the chalupa.
I haven't had a chalupa in a long time. That was a
Okay, this is
alternate
gonna-
order for
That's
a
a
while.
Midwest word for this ain't Mexican.
I've
No,
got to
no,
figure.
it's a deep
I've
fried
got to figure out what
tortilla
we're doing with the
bullshit.
number 3 and what comes with it because a burrito supreme solo ain't working for me. You gotta have your taco back. I don't know.
See that? Now Clayton is shook.
I am now. I'm
S-H-E-W-K.
shooketh.
She has been shooketh.
What is your news?
So
thingy, what
get
you're
this. So this is a segment within a segment. I think we're gonna do this until we get sick of it.
Doing? All right.
So Marnie finishes vomiting in the bathroom.
What did she do? Jesus.
Is she not a Taco Bell fan? I didn't know. So I found a weekly news quiz.
Okay.
Oh.
And
I'm
I think we should take it.
I
Okay.
haven't left work, but I'm in.
Question number 1.
All right. This ought to be.
Well, it's 10. It's just 10 questions.
Okay, we can do this.
Quick,
we've
easy
done
trivia.
less and more.
On September 13th, the actress Felicity Huffman became the first parent to be sentenced for her role in the nation's
weeks.
largest scandal. For what? A. College admissions cheating.
A.
B. Cyberbullying. C. Wait till the fucking question's done. God.
God.
Can't read
Alex
it.
Trebek is a bitch.
C. Fraternity hazing. Or D. Sports betting.
Well, it's the number. It's the one. It's the.
A.
It's
She
the
got 2 weeks in jail.
Right now.
Correct. 14 days.
And she requested white lady prison.
Right now, can I interrupt
Please
you
do.
for just a quick
Yes.
second? And you probably saw my post on the Facebook about it. I think it's bullshit that she got 14 days, only because I think it should be more. Because obviously there's a white privilege I feel going on
Clearly.
here. However, we know that Laura
a
Loughlin.
homeless woman got 5 years for lying
The
about
5
her
year-
kid. Right.
that is
That's some
complete-
propaganda that's going around, but it also happened.
No, it happened. But I'm like, why
It's
did
also
she,
being put out like very propaganda.
she gets 5 years? Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because you wanted your kid to go to a better school.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, but it wasn't paying off people. All she did was say that my address is here and not here.
However, she's just the first. Maybe some other people will get shafted a little harder.
Or maybe they will go back and revisit that 5-year sentence on that woman and be like, "Oh,
Bad news.
Yeah.
I think they were way different courts and way different everything. So
yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, one had white people.
Right. Question number 2. Thousands of municipal governments nationwide in nearly 24 states sued the pharmaceutical industry for their destructive crisis. Wait. Yes. I lost where I was reading. I'm sorry.
This segment takes too long.
Shut
I love it.
Clayton McKee.
I'm
But
intrigued.
we have to listen to all the answers first when we know what the answers are.
We don't know this one.
Thousands of municipal governments nationwide and nearly 24 states have sued the pharmaceutical industry for a destructive crisis, and they have tentatively reached a settlement with the Purdue Pharma and its owners, members of the Sackler family. What is that crisis? Diabetes, obesity, opioids, or vaping?
Opioids.
Correct.
But Purdue settled.
Yes, the
Instead
deal
of
is a
being
landmark
sued?
moment in the
Right.
long-running effort to compel Purdue.
But
They're the
Johnson &
producers of
Johnson
Jox.
only lost like 350 million or something like only. 350 million. Purdue settled for like 12 billion.
Yeah.
To avoid lawyers' costs, they multiplied by 100 and like something. Figure out the rest of the math.
They have now filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in an effort to shield itself and its owners from more than
Who
2,600
absconded
lawsuits.
with all the money out of the company and depleted its worth.
No, but they settled first before they filed bankruptcy.
I
Or
get
wait,
that
no. But who filed for bankruptcy? Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah, but to settle in the billions when the judgment was in the millions is who's. I feel like Joey
I'll
from
pay you
Friends
more.
is doing your negotiating.
Right.
Like that's a crazy. That's admitting a culpability that no one has ever heard of. You get to text Marnie and find out.
No, I'm not. I'm checking
She's
my
fine.
thermostat.
She's fine. Question number 3. Several Democratic presidential candidates called for the impeachment of Justice Brett M. I Love Beer Kennedy on September 15th.
Kavanaugh.
After Kavanaugh, you're right.
Yep.
I saw a K, just went with it.
Yep.
After the New York Times published new information about allegations of blank against him, while Republican leaders condemned the reporting as irresponsible. What did Brett do?
Sexual harassment.
Correct.
And I love that there's just more and more coming.
Oh, so much. There's a book now. There's all kinds of things that are happening.
So cute.
Right? Question number 4. 50,000 members of the United Blank Workers Union headed to the picket lines
Auto
on the
workers.
15th. Correct.
Auto workers.
The UAW organized a strike against General Motors to improve wages, reopen idle plants, and add jobs. Good on them.
I thought Trump was supposed to take care of that though.
All the jobs. Best jobs.
So many things he's
Biggest
supposed to
jobs. Question number 5. Drone attacks claimed by Yemen's Houthi rebels.
do. Wreck your oil field.
No, incorrect.
Oh.
Struck 2 key oil installations inside blank on September 14th.
Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
Ah, my bad.
Iran.
Still sand. That
What?
was racist. I'm sorry.
No, it's geography.
My apologies.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I'm with
My
him.
producers are telling me.
I can say that's fine. They're
Except
sandy
that
countries.
that's
You
No,
can't talk. Andrea Mitchell freaks out. You can't do that.
The award for most racist comment of the day goes to Clayton McKee.
Oh, yeah. I have a winner already.
Winner.
It's nice to be nominated.
President Trump on September 10th pushed out John R. Bolton, his third blank, amid fundamental disputes over how to handle major foreign
Secretary-
policy
Cabinet
changes.
Secretary of Defense.
No.
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 Oh,
I
have multiple choice if you need
multiple
it.
choice. I need it.
Director of National Intelligence, National Security Advisor,
That one.
Secretary
That
of
one.
Defense.
Security
or
advisor.
that one.
Correct.
I think it's got a weird name.
It's going to be a fun segment. Longtime Republican hawk known for a combative style and a terrible mustache.
Terrible ideas.
Mr. M. Terrible ideas
Did you
as
see?
well.
Did you see Colbert took the mustache and put it on Mnuchin's head? Said, but the mustache stayed on.
Yeah.
Mr. Bolton surprisingly spent much of his term trying to restrain the president from making what he considered unwise agreements with America's enemies.
Yeah. From him.
John fucking Bolton.
All right.
The voice of reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He wanted to go to war with Tempe.
Any city. Pick a city. We're going to invade.
We're gonna invade.
All right. This one's tricky. 2 blanks.
Uh-oh.
Question number 7. The Trump administration said on September 11th that it would prevent the sale of most blank as teenage blank rises.
Oh, flavored e-cigarettes.
as vaping deaths rise.
Vaping, right.
Correct.
And it only took 8 vaping deaths to do what they should be doing to the gun industry.
500 people have died from guns. But
Now, in fairness, they really do need to regulate the Juul cigarettes, the e-cigarettes, because they got to make sure the kids are old enough to get shot in school.
Yeah, you got to live long enough.
Gotta
to
give
get
long
killed in
enough.
high school, yeah. Fair. It's fair.
NRA wants it.
Question number 8. The Supreme Court on September 11th allowed the Trump administration to bar most Central American migrants from seeking blank in the United States.
Oh, asylum.
Correct. That just sounds terrible. We're going to move right on.
And the Bahamanians.
Yeah, he's a
Stupid.
dick.
Stupid. Question number 9. The Food and Drug Administration panel on September 13th recommended approval of the first ever drug to treat life-threatening blank allergies in children, a condition that confounds and frightens families across the country. Peanut is correct.
Oh, I had not heard
Oh,
that
I
one.
not heard that one. Say that again.
Peanut allergies.
They found a
FDA recommended first ever drug to treat peanut allergies.
No.
The drug's goal is not to cure the allergy, but reduce the risk that an accidental exposure to small amounts of peanut will set off a life-threatening reaction.
And forgive me for not knowing this, but do kids grow out of that, or is that a lifelong
Sometimes.
thing? Okay.
Can go either way.
Oh, didn't know. So even adults can have the issue.
Yeah. Kara has tree nuts. Kara's not allergic to peanuts. She's allergic to tree nuts.
So an almond or a walnut.
Peanuts are a legume.
Oh. That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that is some stressful stuff when you've got a kid around with a peanut allergy, though. You're like,
one of my favorite lines from The Good Girl is like, we're going to tell him that she's engaged like you do with a kid being introduced to peanut butter for the first time near a hospital. Just thought that was
funny.
hysterical.
All right. Final question.
Final one.
This one's tricky.
Here we go.
3 of the arts and culture related articles below were recently published in the New York Times. 1 is from The Onion. Which one is the fake news story?
Ooh, I love a challenge.
3 truths and a lie. Ready?
All right.
Find the lie. Number 1. Kanye West's new Yeezy shoes draw comparisons to Crocs and a colander.
That seems real.
That's real.
Number 2. Literary
real.
theorists admit they still have no idea what Animal Farm is about. Number 3. Post Malone claims number 1 with the year's biggest streaming total. And number 4.
I don't understand number 3.
Post Malone is a musical artist.
Okay.
Number 1 would be a place on the charts.
Okay.
You're familiar.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah.
A musical savant. You're trying to explain what
Right,
number
right,
1
right.
on a chart is.
That's what he's familiar.
Yep.
All right.
Shane Gillis dropped from Saturday Night Live cast amid criticism of racist
Number
racist
2 is
slurs.
The Onion.
Number 2 is The Onion.
Number 2 is The Onion.
Final
I don't
answer.
understand number 3.
What's
so
the
I'm
wait?
gonna go with number
What's
2
the
as
one
well.
about the Animal Farm?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Literary theorists
Theorists.
admit they still
That's-
have no idea what
that's-
Animal Farm
That's
is
the.
about.
That's. I'll go with that one
that's
as well.
The Onion.
That is correct.
Ah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know what that one's about.
What's the
Only because everyone knows what Animal Farm
I
is
realize
about.
that
Right.
we're not going to go back to the Wheel of Love and Tenderness, but what is the picture of the kid in the sweatshirt for? What are we doing with that?
That's another terrible story. I loaded up the wheel today. I was fucking prepared.
Well, we can't seem to get our shit in a row, so just tell us what the
It
story
just
is.
keeps spinning and landing on the same thing over and
A
over. again.
men's clothing line received swift backlash after debuting sweatshirts riddled with holes and bearing the names of schools known prominently for
I
sites
didn't
of
pick that
shootings.
up in this
Oh
picture,
my
but now I see it.
God.
The 4 schools, Sandy Hook, Virginia Tech, Stoneman
Oh my
Douglas, and
God.
Columbine.
That's horrible.
All 4 shirts were
Wow.
accented
Oh,
with
that's
distressed
fucking
manufactured
awful.
holes appearing to replace bullet holes.
No.
Wow.
But alternately, that is some fucking political shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big.
Who did that though?
Streetwear brand Bestroy, B-S-T-R-O-Y, designed sweatshirts with the names of famous school shootings with distressing that looks like bullet holes.
I mean, if they mean that as a political statement, that is
I would agree.
genius.
I would agree with that.
In these days
but-
of sending your kids to school with bulletproof backpacks,
Sure, you're right.
that's the kind of art that makes us. If they meant that,
Right. And that I can go with, but I was taking that as a.
if the NRA made
I'm
them, I'd be
making money
pissed
off
off.
of,
Right.
Whatever.
But boy,
yeah.
does that say that makes a power.
But
That's
I
a
would
powerful
agree. I agree
message.
with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
they
very-
did mean it as a message. At Bestroy, we have always used our platform to shed light and begin conversations on overlooked issues from reality. We wanted to make a comment on gun violence and the type of gun violence that needs preventive attention
Yeah.
and what its origins are, while also empowering the survivors of tragedy through the storytelling of clothes.
That's amazing. I'm gonna give them that
Yep.
one.
They say art's job is to wring emotion out, And he adds that the
Ring.
company, yeah, get it? He adds that the
Not
company
Ring. The danger
different.
of homonyms.
Ring with a W. Adds that the company didn't originally intend to sell the sweatshirts, but that may change now. In case you're thinking of picking one up, other sweatshirts on their website retail for as much as $400.
Wow. Art's expensive.
I know.
Hey, but that'd be fine if that say
It'd be
all
cheaper to take a sweatshirt out back and just shoot three.
No,
holes.
right, but I'm more thinking if
the money went to some
all
kind
profits went to an anti-gun
I agree.
or whatever.
Just giving money to candidates who don't take money from the NRA. That's where that money needs
Good
to
plan.
go.
Good plan.
Make sure that getting funded by the NRA is the least profitable way to get elected in this country is the way to go. Although the NRA is having all kinds of problems internally, they're kind of self-imploding, not at the rate, not as fast as we'd like to see.
Yeah.
But, as long as you can get on Fox TV, you've got the president's ear. Fox News.
Stupid.
Well, except they're starting to piss him off too. I mean, but
they're still when he fired.
I mean, they're still
Bolton,
fingering him a little bit, but I mean,
but they're not going all the way in.
No.
Thank God for short
Short nails.
Oh boy, I can't.
It's practical.
I can't.
But when
I need a burrito
when
supreme.
Trump and Bolton are both texting Fox and Friends at the
Oh
same
my God,
time,
that was surreal.
that they're
What, looking for a job?
no, they're both
No, they're defending their. So they're literally texting and tweeting at the news anchors that are on air while they're on air about no, I quit. No, I fired him. No, I quit. Like the president and John Bolton
are tweeting the anchors
at the
on
anchors,
Fox News,
and they're just rereading it live. That is so.
Hey, did
like,
you listen to Love It or Leave
very
It this week?
Ouroboros. Is that the thing? The snake that's eating itself? I don't remember. I did.
It's very meta too.
It is very meta.
But the Love It or Leave It, where you could see the woman is like, what are we doing? Like she comes really close to understanding the evil that is Fox News, but then she loses it.
Yeah.
But you can see it in her eyes of like,
She's like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
fuck am I watching? And she's like, oh yeah, this is all normal. That two people are having like we've turned into a reality TV show. Like we're so Fox and Friends is so not the news that even SNL making fun of them didn't come to the level of them reading tweets from both people in the story.
Lying.
No, she cheated on me first. We were on a break. You know what I mean? I mean, it was
We were on a break.
just ridiculous.
So I know that we won't be able to necessarily hear this.
Well,
but
good.
No, I mean
That works out well.
No.
Good thing we're in a
you might be
podcast
able to.
format.
So, what the fuck?
If
is
you
his
say it
name?
out loud, we might hear it.
Lou Dobbs.
Yeah.
Lou Dobbs.
So I was trying to send you this, Clayton, and I've been trying like for a while, and this flag comes up, and it's at the end of Trevor Noah, and it says, "Thank you, our infallible, fearless leader, Donald J. Trump." And that's
on
like
Lou Dobbs?
on Lou Dobbs, and then
Oh, this is on where he does the North Korea thing, right?
You know the sensitive parts on the front, right? Pull your phone and put it here.
thank you.
The part that you talk into.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
that's
paid no
where the
attention.
sound would go
Let
to.
that guide you.
Well, now that's over.
Yeah, but that's all.
That was very.
It was our
President Trump makes the weekends possible. What a
Yes.
fucking idiot.
very authoritarian.
Yeah,
And
Lou
it
Dobbs
just
is another
was
one
like-
who's just lost he's lost everything.
I didn't realize how badly he had lost his fucking mind.
And how old is that motherfucker anyway?
75.
Not old enough.
Not old
apparently.
enough.
Hey, old enough for Rick Kasich and Cookie Roberts.
And Cokie Roberts.
Yeah.
My gosh.
But isn't that, yeah, I was just like, oh my, that came on at the end of Trevor Noah, and so the moment of Zen, and I was telling Clayton, I sat there, and it played, and it played again, because of course I had to rewind it, like, did that
just happen?
And I just did that, like my dogs, when they hear something interesting outside that they can't quite,
So that
what's
ran.
happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. He's so dumb.
All right. I don't feel the need for a thoughtful.
Nope.
I think we're good.
We've been very.
I think
thoughtful
Lou
today.
Dobbs provided that.
Lou Dobbs
Yeah, it
did.
is.
3 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Never at a loss for words.
Yep.
Great job, kids.
Thank you, Anant.
Well,
Thanks, Anand. Thanks, Thanks, Nero. Thanks,
Be
Joe.
sure to tune in to
Thanks,
find
Linda
out
Guy.
if we'll be on next week or not, because
Terry.
you never know.
And
Thanks,
Kevin in
Kevin.
Michigan, thank you for joining on the YouTubes. I do check the YouTubes every 20 minutes or so.
I actually have a screen in the other room. I'm almost ready to put it in here so we can watch it
Almost ready to
live
get it up.
as it happens.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks everybody for participating in the chat room and beyond. And if you're listening later, we thank you too for listening
Listeners of the future.
whenever that is. But as we wrap up tonight's show, let's leave you with this parting thought. We will see you next Tuesday!